welcome everybody. It's been a while. It's been almost a year now. We had to come back for spooky season. I am Dan, and Carlito and Celluloid and Scotch is back for at least this month.
Hell yeah! Check it out. Boom.
Hold on.
Do
let's
see. Get the single cask, Cedar Ridge. It's a store pick. So it's actually not bad. I tried it in the store and I didn't like it, but it came in a bundle. I was after one bottle last year. The Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend Bourbon, and it came in the
smoke
bundle.
Wagon.
Oh, dude, the smoke wagon's so good. Anyway,
Liquor Brothers always has that 3-bottle set for about $120. I really shouldn't be drinking. I went to the dentist the other week and they accidentally drilled into my tongue.
Yeah.
And I'm nursing a little bit of a cold, but it's a special occasion, so fuck it.
Well, it'll cure your cold too, so good. Grandpa's old cough medicine.
The tongue's good enough now that I don't sound like Sylvester, like saying "sucker and succotash."
Suffering.
Yeah. It was bad for a couple of days. They started, and then by the third day, they're like, "You sound like Vito Corleone." I was like, "That's better."
That's awesome.
So I'm walking around like, "You come here today asking me for a favor. Not once have you ever come here and shared a cup of coffee with me. Call me Godfather. But today on the day of my daughter's wedding, you asked me to commit murder." Thank you, community theater.
I would respond, but I cannot. Who can go after that? What the hell?
So I felt I needed to talk about the movie we picked today because it's very rare that Carlito goes to the theater and comes back going, "I love this movie. This is the best A24 movie I've seen."
Dude, I'm telling you, man. Well, they had another decent one out recently. I think you might have mentioned it in one of your posts or something, but
talk to me. It is a movie, I believe, from New Zealand.
Okay. I thought it was Aussie, but I guess
it's Australia, New Zealand.
Okay.
And this
too bad Simple Simon's not here. I wonder if he's seen it.
It had a very limited release. This was an incredibly hard movie for me to see. No theaters near me were playing it, which is funny because Terrifier 2 played at a theater near me, yet this didn't.
See, mine's the opposite. I didn't have Terrifier around here, but we had Talk to Me for sure.
But the movie was in 2,340 theaters opening, and then 2,379 theaters, and was in for almost 6 weeks in theaters. And it did 10,431,720, 21.7% of total gross on opening weekend. Not bad. Its inflated adjusted domestic box office was 48 million. Pretty good for a small indie film.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
No. Especially a movie that really I didn't really see trailers for it. I didn't see shit about it. It was like a word of mouth. I think the Perry Mary Hour talked about it.
Yeah, I think that's how I heard about it too. Actually, I think about it.
Immediately people compared this to Hereditary, and I kind of scoff at that.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about Hereditary.
Well, no, I just feel this is a different vibe completely.
Yeah, I think I agree with that for sure.
The supernatural vibe, sure, maybe. This is what a Ouija board movie should have been.
Speaking
I don't want to talk about that Ouija board movie, but
I'm glad I have not seen that.
It's fucking it's horrible.
I watched. Do you know Chris Gore?
Yes.
And Film Threat.
Yeah.
I watched. Hey, what's up, Jeff? I watched them tear apart Exorcist Believer, and they mentioned something about a Ouija board, so that's why I was laughing. But
hi, Jeff. He was my first supervisor at work.
Oh, nice.
He checks in on me. Love you, Jeff, and I'll probably see you at work. I'm having one drink, just so we're clear.
Yeah, I think that's probably all I'm gonna have to. I'm not really single malt Scotch guy either. So
but I what was it that just immediately brought you into this movie? For you to like leave the theater and be like, I have to message everyone and let them know how great it is.
So the best, I tried to someone asked that at work, and I tried to describe it. Really, I couldn't really. I'm not very good at putting stuff into words like you and other people are, or John or whatever. Usually, I can think how I feel, but I can't quite match it to words. But I would say it was visceral and it felt real. Nothing felt forced. The acting, I mean, there's really no one in it that we knew, or at least that I didn't know. It's indie film.
There's nobody even mildly
directing.
famous.
The music, I need to get that score because that score was excellent as well.
So one of the things that kind of got me, and it reminded me of a movie that has nothing to do with it, but how low key, like guerrilla it was filmed. Attack the Block. Well, people got big after that, but no one in that movie was big.
I don't think I saw that.
It was with the aliens, but they were just in gorilla suits that they changed, and it had Nick Frost in it. British movie. Oh my god, it's great.
Okay.
It's an alien invasion movie where these hood kids in downtown England find this alien body, and it's one. The alien is basically in heat. So all these male aliens are chasing it and ripping apart this block looking for this female body. God. It's dead.
Oh, God.
And John Boyega, this was his first movie that he was in.
Oh, see, I was thinking for some reason Chadwick Boseman, but John Boyega makes more sense.
It was fucking great. It's just so low budget that this has that low budget feel where everything's very practical. And I gotta say, like, I wasn't into this movie. Like, I was like, okay, like, it's not getting creepy. And then that second party happens with Riley smacking his head. And I winced watching him try to pull his eye out.
Oh, God, dude, so did I.
And it's weird. Like, so the thing is, like, these kids have this hand that they're going around from house to house having parties at with everybody getting possessed. And it's like a rush for them. They're filming it, and the rule is...
I think a more apt description is like a TikTok trend.
Yeah, but it's 60 seconds,
yeah,
and then you have to take the hand off and blow the candle out to close the door. And they fuck up.
Yeah, you don't say. Yeah, and also this movie, I think, not forwardly, but kind of undertones of dealing with loss and anxiety and stuff like that too. So it made it very real. Everything just felt very real about it. It didn't
mental health big time in it.
Yeah, just like I said, it didn't feel forced. There wasn't any pretentious moments in it, I didn't think, or nothing. So which I can't say.
The end can be perceived as pretentious. It got a little artsy, which I was fine with, but like I could see your casual moviegoer being like, "Oh, fuck this."
Yeah, that's a good call. I could see casual fans saying that.
You know, the same people who went to Inception were like, "Oh, fuck you and the spinning top, like fuck." Ex of mine, we walked down. She's like, "Fuck that."
That's like
she's like, "Still better than The Thing," and then we broke up.
That's the kind of reaction I have to like Coen Brothers movies or what's his face that did Iron Man 3, his movies, because the third act always pisses me off. But
except in Die Hard. Well, Shane Black did the script.
Yeah, he didn't direct it though. Yeah, and he wrote, I think, part of the script for one of the first Predator 2.
He wrote all of the first Predator.
Yeah, so I think he needs to stick to writing. Hey, what's up, Heather?
Hey, how are you doing?
Cheers. I don't know if Heather's seen Talk to Me, or did she? Wait, did she go with? Yeah, I think she might have went with me. I can't remember. I've actually been to so many movies, and then I went to Saw X with her for sure. And
I've
then
been going to less and less movies lately in the theater.
I only go Monday through Thursday. I don't.
But I have to say, I just saw that Ninja Turtles movie. That has nothing to do with horror, and I loved it.
Really, Burke loved that too. So
yeah, it was actually really fun. I was kind of shocked. Well, Burke loves everything Turtles, so
true. But he's to be fair. Sometimes he's pretty critical when it needs to happen. So
see,
yeah, it is. Yeah. Oh, okay. So I went to Saw X with Nikki. Okay, never mind. See, this is the problem. I've been going to so many and like, I don't know, can't keep them straight. But
so there were vibes in this that reminded me a little bit of oh god, what was The Conjuring? It had a couple of creepy moments where some stuff happens, but oh my god, that kid Riley, the stuff that happens to him in this movie is insane. And I will say the girl playing Mia, from the beginning of the movie, she looks haunted. She has this sadness just in her facial expressions that like comes through. And I almost thought she was the same girl who was in the movie, The Girl with All the Gifts.
I didn't see that, but it showed up on my recommendations. So I added it to my
it's
list.
very, very good.
Hey, JoJo, what's up? Heather, you are special. I don't care if I've seen 100 movies with 99 other people. You're special.
JoJo, since you're in here, I know we're only friends on Threads and not really on Instagram. You always have an open invite if we're talking about something you want to talk about with us. Yeah. Just let one of us know.
She's too cool to hang out with us. But she's professional and we're like average Joes out here, but or at least I am. You're definitely a step above me, but
I'm literally a jabroni on this game. That's why I get close to 500 and I just start losing subscribers.
I just like to be a jabroni. That's all I want. Yeah. So anyway, what were we talking about there?
So I will say, like, at the beginning of the movie, the pacing of the movie, I was like, oh fuck, here we go. This is an A24 movie. This is gonna go slow as fuck. And it did, and then till it didn't.
Now that you bring that up, I honestly think that's one of the reasons maybe why I like this one better, because I feel like in hindsight on a couple of those A24 films that everybody loves and raves about, the first two acts felt pretentious when we got to the third act to me. So that's why this one, there was none of that. It just gets, I mean, it's a little slow to set up.
It was a slow burn at the beginning.
It gets into it fairly quickly, though.
The minute that second party happens, all of a sudden it's just breakneck. And I was like, wait, now it's going too fast.
Well, they open with that first party where the dude's brother goes nuts. So that right there is a difference between, I think, a couple of the other ones as well. But
definitely
one of these days. Yeah. Definitely you'll have to.
I will say that was almost one of those, not as graphic as Scream, but it was just as shocking. With, the stabbing himself and then stabbing his brother. I was just like, what the fuck? All right, like, we're in this.
Yeah. I didn't expect the last stab.
No.
That was creepy. And it felt like you were there too, the way they filmed it. That's another reason I like that.
So it was an interesting filming style because they did it a little POV and then not POV.
Yeah. And it wasn't jarring like when it would break away like that. It was
like
edited. The editing was top notch. Oh, I love Cloverfield. You just shut the hell up.
No, but when you first watch it, the film style is so jarring.
Oh, okay. I that's fair. Did you know my sister-in-law and my brother, that was their first movie date, and I went with them to that, and she gets motion sickness, so she did not like that film at all.
So I'm gonna say this director is one to watch, Danny Philippou.
Yeah.
Also, he was the screenwriter.
Nice.
I'm definitely looking forward to what's to come from him because, again, I didn't know what to expect because really, when you watch the trailers, didn't really tell you jack shit except there's a hand
Right.
and spiritual stuff.
Honestly, the first time I saw the trailer, I thought it looked really dumb. I'm not gonna lie. That's just my initial reaction. But then I don't know if I saw a teaser or like a trailer too after that, and that kind of was like, oh, maybe it's not. And then Perry's raving about it, so I'm like, okay, maybe this is not what I expect. So
there was a couple of horror film YouTubers I watch, and when 3 of them in a row all were like, "Oh, this is great," I'm like, "All right." And usually they're kind of shitty about a lot of movies. I was like, "All right." Um, probably top 2 at least for this year.
I'd agree with that statement. Definitely my favorite A24 film in the last.
So, A Quiet Place, I actually shared this story on Threads with JoJo because she was talking about theater experiences, and I remember seeing Quiet Place, and there was maybe 20 of us in the theater.
Dead silent.
And everybody was quiet, but there's this one asshole eating nachos, and I'm hearing
that's right.
I'm hearing every bite of it, and I was just everybody kept turning and staring
and
at
looking
this dude.
like, the fuck, dude. Yeah.
But
luckily I didn't have that.
A Quiet Place was probably one of the best theatrical experience because there was a benefit in everybody being quiet.
That was the most fun horror movie experience I'd had since Freddy versus Jason, because you had the two sides, the Freddy fans and the Jason fans, and back then, I mean, I don't know, yeah, Josh, that would suck. I hate that.
My worst theater experience still was seeing The Matrix. Because there was this couple in front of me. Every time a fight was about to break out, the dude just kept going.
Oh, gee.
And a lot of fights break out in the movie. Every fight. And I just kept sitting
That's
there
a lot of that. Holy crap.
Oh, my God. Yeah. And I ended up these nerds sitting in front of me before Alien Covenant who were debating the Michelin Man and saying there's a foreign version of it. It was entertaining listening to these two nerds argue about something that meant nothing.
I'm sure there probably is a foreign version of it.
But there was, but like my friend and I are sitting there listening to these guys argue and we're laughing.
Oh my God.
That
reminds me of some of the dumb arguments I used to have as a teenager. It's like, why did we argue about that shit?
And then I got into an argument going into a movie because these CrossFit bros in front of me were saying that we're saying that Suicide Squad was a good movie.
Oh God.
I don't know, JoJo. I blame myself. I just saw that you follow me, and I will follow you as soon as we're done with this.
Oh, you don't follow her? What?
We on Threads, we're friends.
See, I downloaded Threads and then I deleted it like a week later, and I guess people are still adding me.
Well,
I don't know.
It's actually become very useful for me to reach out to creators for the other show.
Oh, that would be cool though. Yeah.
So like weirdly, because all the creators jumped off of X.
Right. Yeah.
Not
all of them. Jimmy Palmiotti's still on.
Yeah, he's on both, but I will correct that problem, JoJo, as soon as we're done. I swear it.
Yeah, Dan.
Yeah, what a dick. So I've had this unfortunate thing where I bought a shitload of 4Ks and Blu-rays, and I have watched none of them.
Ooh, you need to do show and tell. Or do you have Terrifier back there?
Yeah, I got 1 and 2. I got the steel book of Terrifier 2.
Hey, do you know that Art the Clown appeared in some like
All Hallows Eve?
Yeah. First in 2013.
Yes.
Dude, I need to watch that. It popped up on my Prime. I'm like,
it's so shitty.
What? I'm sure, but still, like for my, headcanon, I need to get in there and take a look at it.
But. Yeah. I just bought The Exorcist 4K anniversary edition, which I open it and there's a disc in there. There's a disc in there that says never before seen ever cut. I was like, fuck.
Oh, I heard about that. Someone was reviewing that on Twitter.
I'm sure it's the masturbating with the cross scenes in it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
this does have Drag Me to Hell vibes, which People, Drag Me to Hell.
That's right.
Underrated,
and I haven't seen that one either.
Underrated Raimi movie.
I need to see that.
Damn it. So many. If you're affected by vomit, watch out, because this gypsy throws up for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it doesn't really bother me.
Like, there was so much vomit in the new Evil Dead that I kind of, after a while, was like, all right, man, like, stop. I didn't hate the new Evil Dead. It just lacks some humor. Oh, Drag Me to Hell so good.
Although JoJo and I disagree on Saw X. I'll just put that out there.
I have not seen Saw X yet.
Or Saw 10 or however you want.
Or I heard that it kind of went back to how it was originally.
It's basically Saw 1.5 is what I saw someone call it, and that's pretty apt description.
I have no say in anything being good or bad. Like, I literally bought the 4K of Halloween Resurrection. I got to see Busta Rhymes karate kick Michael Myers out a window in 4K.
You are the only person I know that is so excited about that.
I own the shirt.
Love it.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
Oh no! I'm about to do a Saw ranking. Uh-oh.
So I feel
that one's probably going to be like in her bottom half for sure. It's in my top 4 though, for sure.
The Saw kills someone did a ranking of, and at least once a movie, there's a kill worth talking about.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. And especially in this one, I think JoJo would agree. There are a couple times where I'm just like, oh, and then I was like, yeah, that was cool though.
I still haven't seen Spiral yet.
I think that's the only one I haven't seen. I did watch. I actually bought Jigsaw blind, and I was just like, meh, it was okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Jigsaw.
But I don't think I've seen Spiral. I think that's the only one I haven't seen.
But
I did watch this 20-minute recap this guy did on YouTube, and it was fantastic. He goes through all of them and like as fast as he can, but like so you can understand it. And it's like, yeah, well, I didn't really miss much after like Saw 2. So I'm not too disappointed.
I forget where I stopped. So back to the movie.
Oh, the movie that we're supposed to talk about. Yeah, let's get back to it.
I almost bought the special edition that came with the hand statue.
Oh, that would have been cool.
It was $90, and I just couldn't justify it to myself.
Yeah, $90. A little steep. You could probably buy a replica online for like $30.
Oh, I'm sure Etsy, they've got a couple.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
One of the things that really got me was the brutality in some of the scenes. Like, there is, when things happen very quietly but intensely, are more disturbing than anything else that's loud and just obnoxious. And in particular, the stuff that happens to Riley, there's no real lead. It's quiet, dead quiet, and all of a sudden it starts. And almost every bit of violence starts with silence, and that's better than a jump scare.
Yeah. Oh, dude, you're nailing like all the. I didn't even that didn't even hit me now till you just said that there's no contrived or like planned jump scares.
No,
it's just silence, and then stuff happens, and I think I find that more appealing than the stupid jump scare crap.
Oh, incredibly!
I will tell you now, Exorcist Believer, just by their editing, tried to do normal everyday stuff into jump scares, and that annoyed the hell out of me.
I'm dropping also in our chat. Our friend Jen is battling cancer, and she has a GoFundMe going. So if anybody can donate or share, it would be much appreciated. She's about halfway to the goal, but please go ahead if you can and share it. It's been a rough journey for her. I know she just had chemo this week. So, anybody out there who can or willing to, please go ahead. But
love you, Jen.
Yep. My friend. Do that Wyatt Earp speech. Wyatt's my friend. I don't have many. From Tombstone.
So classic.
Such a good movie. So I think you gave this 4 out of 5 stars when it came out, or pumpkins, or whatever you're grading.
I want to say, I think I'm going to pull it up now. I think you're right. And actually, now that you say that, I want to go back and give Exorcist Believer a lower ranking because I rounded that up to 3 out of 5, and that's probably too high. But I was just kind of meh. It wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't awful. But
if you're going to put the Exorcist name on something,
yeah, and this is supposed to take place after the original, so
yeah, my friend
even
said
though it's
that
4 years later,
my friend liked the Pope's Exorcist better than Exorcist Believer.
I wanted to see that, but no
it's
one
on
else
Netflix
did.
now.
I don't have Netflix. It's probably on Prime though.
Probably.
I could probably check that on there. All right, hold up. Pull it up here. Wait, where is the fucking? There it is. Anyway, you can continue talking. I'm just trying to find what the rating was I gave it.
Yeah. So I'm probably leaning 8 out of 10, which for a horror movie, from me, is pretty high praise because there's what I consider a holy pantheon. But as far as supernatural horror and thrillers, and for anybody wondering about the Riley scenes, I put the one in my Instagram reels. That's during the first possession of him. That it's brutal as fuck.
Yeah, that. I watched. The second. So when I saw it in theaters, brutal, and then I watched it on 4K at home once I finally got that, and it was still just as brutal. Oh, and another point I want to bring up on that 4K Blu-ray. Whoever did the sound mixing and editing, it is the best freaking sound I've heard on a horror movie I have. That I can't think of anything better. And I have just an average sound system. It's not anything special. And it sounded amazing. So I just want to shout out to whoever did that.
I did notice that without you playing it on surround and just through my speakers on my TV, the sound was loud and clear.
Yes, crisp and not fake sounding. And yeah, I don't know who did that, but they did an excellent job.
So weirdly, there's one other movie that I found the sound to be very good on, and it's the weirdest movie for it to be on. Halloween 3. I don't know why, but the sound mix on it's terrific.
Halloween 3.
Yeah, the Season of the Witch.
Oh, yeah.
The great Tom Atkins.
So I was thinking...
not Ends.
What's that?
Not Halloween Ends.
No. Anyway, I'm gonna save what I was gonna say for later, so you can continue.
Picture quality on the 4K was really, really good.
Oh, yeah.
The darks actually weren't that dark. Like everything was good. Honestly, if you have the 4K player, or even if you're doing digital, just go ahead and buy the higher quality version. I would concur. I didn't even need to use like my surround for it to sound really, really crisp. Which, to be clear, with these discs, some are mixed just for surround and some are mixed for your TV, and this apparently worked on both. Because I've been trying to be kind to my neighbor with my surround.
Ugh.
Yeah, so my TV, my OLED.
I can't listen to stuff on TV at all.
My OLED has pretty good speakers. It has surround.
Okay.
Like,
yours is
stereo.
One of them fancy newer TVs, so probably yeah.
I mean, it sounds good enough, but still, some movies just sound like garbage on it because they're not mixed for it. So this actually worked on both.
Oh, okay. That's good. I didn't give it a rating unless I just messaged you a rating.
You might have just messaged me though,
which could have been because I was looking.
You came back like raving about it. And I was like, "Oh shit!"
I did not post a rating, which is weird because I normally do.
Because I also remember you and my friend both went to see that, or that you digitally got from Amazon, that movie. Shoot, what was that other haunted ghost story with the kid in the house?
Cobweb?
Cobweb, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to ask you about that because I was looking at that post too. If you wanted to talk about it. I mean, it wasn't bad.
Cobweb was good, but like it and this are on such different levels.
Right. But for streaming, like, I don't know, it was all right.
My friend said, she told me she figured out the end of Cobweb really early on, the twist.
Yes. And
it was very apparent.
Same thing for me too, which kind of made it less impactful. But
her thing was like, it was well shot. Everything was great. Just, I figured it out early.
The acting was good too. I think even that one had some decent music in it.
Yeah,
and it
wasn't
was
bad.
creepy atmosphere. Like really no complaints. It was just, not as good as Talk to Me.
Talk to Me also had that weird like French music that they used to play like in Paris. It has that like weird accordion music that goes with it, and I put the song on my...
Okay, you put that on the... Yeah, I love it, dude. I love it. That was great. That would have been the song I would have picked too. That was perfect.
Yeah. I went and looked up the score and everything, and I found that band because otherwise you wouldn't be able to find it.
Yeah, I would say, you know what? Man, I might give it like a 4.25, maybe even.
Yeah, if I was going by you're at a 5, then it would be 4. I don't know.
And that's only 8.5 if you want to go out of 10.
Yeah, so
not
like
I had a 9, but
I had an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, so I'd say yeah, I'd give it just a half.
This was $25 on Amazon for 4K, which actually is pretty impressive for them normally.
That's cheaper than I got it at Walmart, and it was.
And then there's the Steelbook they had that was like 40, which I didn't want to buy.
Yeah, but I think I'm done with Steelbooks.
Totally worth. So I bought the Prey Steelbook just because.
Yeah, I'm jealous of that for sure.
But definitely worth a buy, and we're physical media nerds, so.
Jojo, I agree, and I think if I'm not mistaken, we have different slip covers for that film because the one I have has like
Walmart had their own.
Yeah, it has like a weird, like old, like dead lady face, kind of like looking at you, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why is mine different than? Did that happen when I took the pictures? Like a extra ghost behind me, and they're fucking with me, or what? But no, it's just different covers. So that's cool.
So this cover, if you zoom in with a different light, the ghosts show up.
Oh, okay.
But it has to be in certain light. Otherwise, if it's dark, you don't see it.
Yeah, like mine, it's only in certain light or off to the side. You don't see it like dead on.
Yeah.
Or nothing, so that's cool. And it's back here. You can't really see it.
Yeah.
I've got a line on my arm now because of the stupid desk.
So I know this is like a super quick review of it, but
not really.
So it's weird because sometimes like when we vibe on movies, like we start becoming that Chris Farley thing. Remember that scene? Yeah. It was cool.
Yep. True.
And true. Honestly, I really couldn't find anything to even fuck on this movie with because it's so tightly shot. The only thing I can say is it's a little slow at the beginning, so you have to be patient for the first 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
I had one little tiny nitpick gripe when I came out of the theater that was in my head. But then when I started talking to Heather, I completely forgot it, and now I can't remember what it was. So obviously it wasn't anything important.
But
it was
like
a stupid gripe, you know.
I'm also the same guy who walked out of Oppenheimer bitching about the mix.
The mix?
Oh yeah.
Like sound?
Yes.
There was like one scene in the middle, I think.
Well, no. I think it was my theater.
Oh, okay.
Because there were parts where it was so loud I couldn't hear the dialogue.
I gotcha. Well, I mean, I went and saw it in IMAX, and
it was 20 minutes of the movie
they got.
No, it was IMAX too, but it was the 20 minutes of the movie. I couldn't hear shit.
20 minutes?
Yes. Where just the explosion sounds that are supposed to be in the background, like in his head going off,
right,
are just drowning out the dialogue.
Drowning out the dialogue, huh? That sounds like they set up their mixer wrong or something.
Yeah.
But I mean, at mine, there was like a sentence in the somewhere close to that time frame in the movie where there's something going on and you couldn't hear it. But for the most part, yeah, that theater with the IMAX is amazing. So the kids in the front of us that kept walking in and out,
like getting up in front of you. I guess she says there's kids in front of you that kept getting up and walking in and out.
In Oppenheimer?
No, I think she was talking about it. Seeing.
Because I went to Oppenheimer with my brother.
I think she's talking about Talk to Me.
Kids in front of us that kept walking in and out. Oh, yeah, there was a moment there. I think one of the girls spilled her drink or something, and chaos ensued for a couple minutes. But I totally forgot about it. Like, I mean, it's not. I mean, yeah, now I remember it, but I don't think. Yeah, it didn't really take me out of it. So,
I had at one movie, I think it was the Avengers Endgame, where when Iron Man, spoilers, dies, this girl next to Gambit started hysterically crying, and he's like trying to calm her down and also like focus on the movie, and she's like, ah! And she was like an adult.
That sounds like what happened to me at Logan. I mean, wait, did I say that out loud? No, I was with a couple of my buddies, so I'm sitting there just like doing the old guy thing of like holding everything in and not letting anything happen. Just like, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I'm just gonna sit here. And then I think later when she turns the cross and makes it an X, dude, I just unleashed. It all came flooding out.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3, I was there with one of my coworkers, and like part with Rocket happens, and we're both looking away from each other. I'm like wiping water from my eyes, and she was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm totally not crying." She's like, "Yeah, I'm not crying either."
I'm not crying. You're crying. Oh shit!
So we just like walked out, not talking to each other again about it. So, what other horror movies have you seen?
Well, like I said,
we'll hold off on the Terrifier talk.
Saw 10, Exorcist Believer, and the Avengers comment made me laugh because Chris Gore was talking about how, spoiler alert, it's not really a spoiler because it's in the previews, but spoiler alert, Exorcist 3, there's like basically the Avengers of diversity of religions and races that come together and try to exorcise the kids themselves.
Oh boy.
And he made that comment. I was like, oh my God, that's hilarious. Because it was kind of perfect. But and it just felt like you told me this. I think a couple critics called it soulless.
Yes.
And in hindsight, looking back, I'm like, gosh dang, that's an apt description. That's perfect. Like I want it because I mean I'm not deeply religious now, but growing up as a kid and as a Catholic boy, it's like, you know. But and when I saw Exorcist at age, I think I was 6 or 7, alone home from school, it scared the shit out of me. Because I'm sitting, and this is the middle of the daytime. It's sunny out, and the dog is in the house.
Panic.
Doesn't matter. I just sat on the edge of my dad's like chair because I think we only had a TV in his bedroom, and then one downstairs where it was cold and dark, and I'm not gonna sit down there and fucking get scared out of my mind down in the basement and watch something. And so like I'm just on the edge of the bed, just like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is going on?
So for me, that was Poltergeist.
Yeah, dude.
Goddamn clown fucking stuffed animal. I still hate to this day.
I saw that after Exorcist, but still, like even that one, and I think it was within a year or two of seeing Exorcist. Like that one had a similar effect on me too. That was creepy as shit.
The original Halloween, when I first saw it on TV, scared the shit out of me because, yeah, I was just a normal dude until he wasn't a normal dude.
Yeah. And unfortunately for me, I didn't see that one until I was in my teens, and it was more of kind of me and my buddy was obsessed with it, and he was like cracking jokes during it and shit, so it wasn't like that for me. But Nightmare on Elm Street, that sure was.
That one never, because Freddy became a comedian after a while, and it totally took the fear out of it.
Yeah. That first one, though, dude, that's still kind of freaky. He's pretty...
my mom's birthday just would have passed September 11th, so I'll marathon Hellraiser movies because she loved that series. And I sat there watching it going, what the fuck was wrong with my mom that she loved this? like this shit's about sadism and stuff. And she loved Pinhead. I don't know why. But it's just like one of those, 4 years on, I'm just like, I never questioned why she loved this. Because I'm walking this movie's so fucking perverse.
Dude, that's kind of a thing, though. I think I can remember other moms of my friends liking that, too. So that must have been a thing, our age group or something.
I guess.
I don't know. That's
weird. And then she loved Dark Shadows.
I don't think I've ever seen
that. She used to watch that all the time when it was on TV. And also Leatherface.
Right. Yeah.
We would watch that during dinner, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because that was the only Betamax tape we owned. So we'd watch it, and she hated the character Franklin and would make fun of him.
I can't believe I didn't see that original until was it 2017 or 2018?
I bought the fucking 4K steelbook of that too, and I haven't even popped it open yet.
Dude, I gotta watch my Phantasm Blu-rays. I still have only watched a couple of them.
I bought the 3-pack with the first 3 on it.
Nice. I got that special box set. I pre-ordered it way back.
Oh,
and it took 2 years. They delayed it and shit.
The one with the orb in it?
I think so, yeah. And
very expensive now.
Oh, dude, I could probably flip that right now, actually. Probably. And it's even got a crack on one side. It probably still wouldn't matter.
Because I think it was going for unopened $300.
I was sad because I think I pre-ordered it. It was $89 or something.
Yeah.
And 2 years, dude, I had to wait. And literally a couple days before they announced it's finally going to be released, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to refund this shit. It's been 2 fucking years. But then it came out. And I was like, yes.
And then I just pre-ordered the Monster Squad in 4K.
Monster Squad. I haven't seen that either.
Oh,
man, I got so much to watch.
It's like Goonies, but they're fighting the Universal monsters. It's Dracula the Wolfman.
I like Goonies. I love Goonies.
It's like that. It's one of my favorites. It's directed. It's written by Shane Black of all people, and directed by Fred Decker, who.
Okay, so he didn't direct it then.
No.
That should be okay.
Night of the Creeps director. The only thing it's missing is Tom Atkins. Damn it, he's not in it. He should have been.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else I've picked up. All of a sudden, Shout Factory and I got RoboCop in 4K. I got the Arrow Special Edition Steelbook.
I heard that was actually a pretty good 4K version.
It is. There's also something out called RoboDoc, a documentary about Verhoeven making that movie. And it's got everybody from it, even Red from that 70s show.
Oh, yeah.
Who played the villain.
He was the creepy villain, dude.
Yeah. Bitches leave. That's his big line. I also found 2 horror channels I kind of love now.
Ooh, do tell, because I've been paying for Shudder for 2 years, and I've only watched 2.
Oh no, they're movie review YouTube sites.
Oh, sorry. Well, that's even better. I'm down for that too.
Movie Dumpster and Hack the Movies.
I know Hack the Movies, but Movie Dumpster I'm not familiar with.
They're another people from Philly, and they do horror movies and team up with Hack the Movies quite a bit. Right. They did a big episode on Halloween Resurrection, which is what put them on my radar.
Of course. I should have known. Oh.
And they were like, what if they recast Sam Loomis as Samuel L. Jackson?
Actually, I'm not opposed to that idea.
No, I'm not either. I started thinking, I was like,
that'd be kind of cool.
He's got the devil's eyes, motherfucker.
He's pure evil, motherfucker.
Oh, so now the discussion is, what do we do next? Because we have the Never Hike Alone Part 2, which they've done as an 1.5-hour feature that premieres on YouTube next Friday.
Oh, that's next Friday?
Damn. Yep, the 13th.
Oh,
the weekend off.
It is the 13th.
Yep.
That might work.
And I have the weekend off, so.
And
then Terrifier 1 and 2, because you just watched Terrifier 2 and had some thoughts.
Man, that I was not expecting that, man. It definitely expanded the Terrifier verse.
Oh, there's a lot of heightening.
Yeah.
Compared to the first one. I'm just gonna warn everybody when we talk about it. I'm in love with the main protagonist.
I'm not gonna warn everybody. I'm in love with the Sienna, the main.
Yes. Yeah.
She's awesome.
Like 10 minutes in, I was like, yeah.
10 minutes in. It only took me like 3 seconds, I think, and I was like, yep. Mm-hmm.
I thought they didn't show her till about 10 minutes in.
To me, it was only 3 seconds.
Oh, because they had the opening scene, and anyway, yeah, she.
I don't remember anything before she came on screen. Let's just put it that way.
She is an amazing fight. So, besides the fact she's a thirst trap, her character is actually pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, dude, definitely. Yeah, I mean, just because she makes me thirsty doesn't mean she's not worthy.
JoJo's seen it.
Yeah. Oh, it's so great. Did you know Terrifier 3 is coming out next year?
Yeah, I saw that the trailer they're showing before it re-releases Terrifier 2 in theaters on November
I started following that guy on Twitter or X and Instagram.
Yeah, Damien Leone.
So, yeah.
So we're actually making good time for once, which is weird. We're not drunk enough.
I know, man. Like, I almost want to pour another one, but I probably shouldn't. Hype. Yep.
So what is a movie, and chat, you can chime in on this. What is a movie that you think some people might not have seen, but maybe should see?
I'm going to tell you, are you asking me or the chat?
Everybody.
Okay. I'm going to tell you, I think I picked this last year too, but I'm going to keep saying it because nobody's heard of it. Nobody's seen it. Nobody cares. But to me, it fits right in with a lot of creepy shit. I think it's a French film, I want to say, but it's called Sleep Tight. Yeah, it's creepy, but it's good.
So for me, there is a movie that I think is better than the first one, which is rare to say. Strangers 2, Pray at Night. It's on most of the streaming services. I think it's 20 times better than the original.
Really?
Oh, it's
is that the one with all the people like standing around in the masks? It's like outside.
So this is the sequel has Christina Hendricks in it.
Is that the one with like I want some candy or something, or why haven't you given me my candy?
No.
Was that Strangers at Night?
The first one was
or some shit. I don't know.
Is so and so here? They always say like a girl's name, and then they're like no, and then they keep coming back and knocking. But the second one, like, it's more action packed. Like, there is a fight by a pool that they're playing. Totally Eclipse of the Heart. Some like old 80s, because it takes place in the 80s.
Oh, okay.
But from Mad Men, Christina Hendricks is in it.
I do love her. I'm not gonna
probably lie. She's one of the biggest names in it.
Okay.
But it amps everything up, and it's so much more action packed than the first one, and it still plays out the tension.
Do I need to watch the first one to have to watch? Okay,
absolutely not.
Okay. Then I might just watch that tonight after we get off.
That movie Sleep Tight is on Pluto, Tubi, and Freevee.
Holy shit, dude! When I discovered it,
you wake day after day to the comfort and security of your home, but how safe is it really? And its French name was Mientras Duermas.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think if it was maybe Perry or John Schnepp or somebody back in the day.
That sounds like a Perry movie.
It might have been a Perry recommendation because I'd never heard of it, never seen it. But I think she saw it like a horror festival or something, probably, and that's why. But dude, that man.
So
it's
there is something we haven't talked about since it released, and I feel we need to.
As long as it doesn't involve Disney Plus, I think we're good.
Scream 6.
We didn't talk about that?
No, we never did.
Did it come out last year?
It did, but we never talked about it.
Really?
We might have over chat, but we haven't talked about it
through chat, but not on here. I gotcha.
So I'll be damned if that movie is not the second coming of Scream 3. That third act falls apart like no tomorrow.
I'm going to need a drink to listen to this. Continue.
I wanted to like it so much, but they made Jenna Ortega's character so intolerable.
I can agree with some of that.
It's that accident they do, and they fall into the same thing. And they didn't have the charm of Cotton Weary having a talk show called 100% Cotton.
I love that.
That was
still to this day unapologetically love that.
That was the greatest thing in that whole movie. Where
oh man, the opening.
And I hate Scream 3. If you look up my older review of it, it has me basically saying, fuck this movie. I never want to watch it again. Dude, to me 3 years later ordering the fucking Steelbook because I can't have a gap in my collection.
You weren't lying when you said you hated that movie. I didn't really believe it until I watched that review. I'm like, God damn. He really does hate it. But
well, the woman I was dating at the time, she goes, if you hate the movie so much, why did you watch it? I was like, because I didn't realize how much I fucking hated it until I watched it again.
I mean, it's Scream, so you feel duty bound to.
But she also was like, I was doing the Friday the 13th reviews for the first couple, and she goes, why do they keep ending up on a boat at the end? I was like, I don't fucking know. Like, you just write yourself into a corner and just hope that it turns out for the best.
Right.
Yeah, Scream 3, oh boy. So Scream 6, like...
So which do you like better, Scream 3 or Scream 6?
Scream 6, but not by much. It's still a Scooby-Doo movie. The nonsensical killers.
I'm not going to lie, I pretty much predicted 3/4 of the ending.
The third killer I didn't predict.
At least halfway through. But
yeah, the third killer I did not predict.
Yeah, the third killer, I think that might have been the 1/3 that I didn't get, but I kind of knew going in that it would probably be something like that, so I just kind of enjoyed it for what it was. I wasn't expecting anything fantastic. Let's just put it that way.
Listen, they were in New York way more than they were in Jason Takes Manhattan, so congratulations to them.
And I mean, Courtney Cox was back, and Dewey, and
Dewey wasn't back.
Dewey was back in 6.
No, he wasn't. He was in 5. Oh wait.
Yeah,
no,
he
died in 5. Oh shit, he died in 6.
Don't spoil it.
Oh wait, did he die? No,
he died in 6.
Oh,
yeah.
Fuck.
Oops. Pretty early, actually, too.
Spoilers, everybody. He died. Yeah. He should have died in part 2, 1, 3,
3, 4, 5. Oh wait, no, was he even? He wasn't even in 5.
No.
And 4 was different too.
4, Courtney Cox should have died.
I will say though, I think I sent you that post when I saw it, but I liked it and definitely saved it. Someone after they liked Scream 6, but they're like, pay Neve Campbell all the money to bring her back. And I'm like, yep, I pretty much agree with that. As long as the story is good, not just to bring her back, but the story better be good.
To be honest, I thought 5 was going to be the bridge that they were just going to reset, and then they ended up bringing everybody back again, right? For 6. Yeah, she was in 5.
She was in 5, but not 6.
Yeah.
And I thought, yeah. Honestly, they should get her back for the next one.
I thought it was time for her to leave. Like, I wanted that. And then
I don't want her to leave ever. I want her to be tormented until
what they're doing with the other girl where she keeps seeing fucking Billy Loomis.
I want to see 60-year-old Sid in her living room knitting and hello. Who is this?
Well, then it's going to become Halloween Kills and Ends.
I love it. Oh, God. Can we talk about Halloween Ends? I think we did.
Ghostface dies tonight.
I think that was the last time we talked about Halloween movies, and that's probably why I wanted to take a break.
I think Black Panther was the last episode we did.
I was not a fan of Halloween Ends. Holy shit. The first 2/3 actually weren't bad. I mean, they weren't great, but they weren't bad. But
I knew when I started laughing hysterically when the kid fell off the stairs. It was a bad sight.
We totally did discuss this in an episode.
We did.
I love the opening act. Remember, because you and Jen, I think, were giving me shit about.
We didn't have Jen. We had the guest, Kenneth.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Ken. Jen. Ken.
Yeah.
My bad. I think I need to put the drink down. But yeah. So, and I loved it. I thought that was awesome. But then after that, it was all downhill. So,
So supposedly it was supposed to be 2 movies. And then COVID kind of changed things, and then the third movie came out, and I don't know what the fuck.
Oh my God, I'm so I'm tired of hearing some of these franchises blame COVID for their downfall. We had some really good movies during COVID, and they were not blaming COVID for being great.
I'm upset about the strike because I should be right now watching Dune Part 2.
I don't want to talk about that either, because I think they should push Aquaman to March and move Dune to December. That would be freaking fantastic, in my opinion.
That's how I want to spend Christmas, watching Dune with Christopher Walken playing the Emperor. Paul, you're gonna have to go out there and fight with a knife.
Ooh, and what's her face is in this too?
Florence Pugh.
Yeah, Florence
Pugh.
Playing
my favorite character from the books that Jen and Sid relentlessly go after me about.
That's awesome. Keep it real, Dan.
Oh, this character, she does nothing.
Hey, speaking of Jen,
we mentioned Dune 3 times and Jen shows up.
She has like a little thing that AI that listens if they bring up Dune. It's like boop message. Jen, you need to join the chat.
She knew I was talking about Irulan. She's like, crap. No.
That's great.
I was just talking about how like the strike stopped us from watching Dune. Because honestly, I might have to fly out to Portland to go watch it with Jen because her fight with cancer will be over by then, and her and I will be able to enjoy it. And by the way, please, if you haven't, share or donate to Jen's GoFundMe. It's in the chat. I'm not doing that just because she was here, because I did it.
No, earlier. Actually, I can still see the other one. So, yep.
Yeah. So, thank you, Jen. Always a pleasure for you to be here. I came so close to coming for Sisters of Mercy if I could have gotten tickets. And hearing you I could just imagine you going, see, I told you Irulan sucked. I told you Irulan sucked.
Do you know a video slot? Dude, so that's funny that Jen appears, and like for the longest time I didn't get on YouTube, and then every now and then I'd get on, and it just so happened to seem like when I'd watch John or Bearded or Flicks or someone else, or JoJo, they'd bring up Nolan, and like I'd come in like right after that just by coincidence. So I don't think that's a coincidence. I think it's meant to be.
By the way, did you happen to watch our fundraiser episode for Jen?
Did you do it?
Yeah, on my channel, John paid $100 to smack Bearded.
Oh, no, I didn't get to see that.
You took a ton of shit in that episode.
I did?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, come on. I take a ton of shit anyway, but...
Ryan stayed on for 2.5 hours.
Oh, Ryan was there.
Mm-hmm.
What a loser.
Oh, you should have told me, Jen.
Oh.
I would have ditched work in a heartbeat to go spend time with you.
I actually have a friend who lives up there in Portland now. But always been there for 2 years, I think.
I know way too many people that live in Portland now.
Yeah, I need.
And then there's people fleeing and going to Canada, like the nail biter artist Mike Henderson, because he said the city's become too filthy.
Who? I don't know half the shit you do.
Yes. So yeah, like I should be watching Danny Villeneuve's Dune Part 2, which he says that his goal is to make Part 3, which is the Dune Messiah book.
I saw that.
And
a lot of people were retweeting or re-Xing that.
Oh yes. Excited about that. And currently Scott and I and Jen, when she's healthy enough to do it, are back doing the Dune over for God Emperor of Dune. Scott and I ended up turning into community theater where I was doing dead celebrity voices for voices of the God Emperor. Oh yeah.
What? Was this recent?
Oh yeah. One of the voices I did was,
man.
One of the voices I did was Paul Lynn, who was on Bewitched, and he was the center square on Hollywood Squares quite a bit during the late
maybe
early
that's
70s.
where I know him from.
I did some non-dead celebrities as well. I did William Shatner as one of the voices. I did Malcolm McDowell.
Oh, really?
It didn't come out that well. I'm not a big McDowell guy.
I like his voice. I like his voice. I really do.
Yeah, I was trying to channel him from the Clockwork Orange.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Dude, that reminds me. So I saw MSN. You know how they like to post their clickbaity articles that said like 15 movies that if your boyfriend likes these or whatever, you need to run away or something like that. And I had about 5 out of 15 that I loved on there. So, and one of them was Clockwork Orange.
I'm sure everybody with Evil Dead with me would be like, what's wrong with you? And if I ever had someone I'm dating watch Martyrs with me, they'd be like,
ooh. Dude, still to this day, sometimes I'll just sit and think about that movie. Like
it'll sit with you, and it fucking
forever. Forever.
That's a slow movie.
Man. But it just like it hits different. That's for sure.
Oh, we also did Macho Man Randy Savage.
Nice.
Dusty Rhodes. Hulk Hogan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of channeling dead celebrities, quote unquote.
I used to do a good Macho Man when I was a kid. I probably couldn't do it now.
Let me tell you something, Mean Gene. Yeah.
I used to do a great George H.W.
Oh God. Read my lips.
I'm not even. Yeah.
No new taxes.
My mom used to make me do that at like Thanksgiving dinners and shit.
It always turns into Dana Carvey though.
Yeah. Sort
of. My Christopher Walken's okay. Like
Christopher Walken, man. I would love to be able to do it. I just can't.
How now, brown cow? The cow jumped over the moon. Come on, chop chop, kids.
Dude, did you ever see the YouTube video of, I think it might have been Jay Moore or
doing
the story about this cat? Like it was a barber or something. He's sitting in the barber chair next to him, and he's telling a story about a cat. Dude, fucking hilarious. It might not have been Jay Moore. It might have been. There's one other dude, Kevin Pollak, I think.
Kevin Pollak does it
Yeah,
too.
he does decent
Kevin Spacey did a very like spot on Christopher Walken during Saturday Night Live, whereas Christopher Walken trying out for Han Solo.
Jesus.
The Millennium Falcon.
Oh my god.
Did the Kessel run in 3 parsecs. Whoa. It was one of those ones, if you look on YouTube, you'll find it. But
I'm sure.
And then they also put in Kurt Russell tried out for Han Solo.
What?
Yeah.
Like for real or just like...
Yeah, he did.
Oh, interesting. Actually, though, I don't know. He might not have been that bad at it.
So, funny enough...
No Harrison Ford, but...
there's a story about... there's a great Nightmare on Elm Street... Never Sleep Again. It's a documentary. It's like 5 hours.
Seen it.
And how Mark Hamill's the one who told Robert Englund that he should go try out for that movie.
Weren't they roommates or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he had just finished working on V.
Dude, Robert Englund, that guy is so nice, so down to earth, so awesome.
Well, that was the thing about Wes Craven, that like everybody was always surprised he made these like movies, but he was like a white erudite.
Right. Well, it's just like Stephen King. I mean, he's pretty normal and nerdy.
No, he's not.
Then, well, if you look at him face value, if you didn't know who he was, you'd look at him, yeah, it's a normal nerdy guy, but he's got some deep shit going on in his brain.
His son, Joe Hill, told a story about how this guy found out where they lived. He'd just gotten out of jail.
Oh, no.
And walked up to their front door. And told Stephen King how his books got him through jail, and they just sat out on their porch drinking beer all night. And it's one of those like weird stories, but I was
he's just a normal dude.
It was just kind of one of those things, like a guy found out where they live, which would freak me the fuck out.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess if you're Stephen King's son, like, I just watched the documentary. Oh my God. In Search of Shadows or In Search of Darkness. It's about 80s horror. And they talked to Stephen King about...
I started that. I didn't finish it.
They talked to him about making Maximum Overdrive. And he's basically like, just because you're on coke doesn't mean you can direct a movie. And he does like the most unhinged trailer for the movie.
Yeah.
It's crazy. He's like, I'm Stephen King. I'm the master of horror. I'm going to freak you out. And his eyes are like fucking...
Oddly enough, I think he really loved that movie.
It's
because it was so unhinged.
It's good because it's bad.
Yeah.
And I guess that's the thing about some Stephen King movies. Like the fact that like him and Kubrick hated each other's guts during The Shining, where Kubrick was purposely changing stuff from the book just to piss him off.
Oh, I thought he was doing it for artistic reasons.
Oh, no. Like, they were, like, literally about to have a fist fight.
Oh, my God.
Because he changed the color of a car and put it on the wrong side of the road.
That might be a little bit of micromanagement, in my opinion.
Well, it was just because, like, for Stephen King, it was a big deal, but Kubrick literally just did it on purpose to tweak him.
May I ask why it was a big deal to Stephen King? Because that seems like a very micromanaged.
So I think there's the hubris of I created this.
Okay.
And you're messing with my vision because already they were fighting about the hedge animals.
That makes sense. I get it.
Well, there was a lot of fights. Goddamn, like that. Everything with Kubrick in that movie, like
one. Kubrick made the maze more important than it was in the books, right? Like it wasn't.
There was
even
like hedge animals in the maze, and they took that out of it. And instead of having a croquet mallet, he had an axe.
Yeah.
Which an axe is more menacing than a croquet.
I was gonna say a croquet mallet. I played croquet as a kid, and
yeah,
some of those can break very easily, so they're not very scary.
And he had a problem with them hiring Jack Nicholson for the role because right away from the jump, he's crazy.
That's true. I mean, I can kind of back him on that one.
And then torturing Shelley Duvall on the set.
Oh, Shelley.
Which made her quit acting.
Yeah. Did you? Off top, well, sort of on topic, but there's this YouTube channel. I'm actually gonna look it up now, but they did they visited the Shining scenes where they were filmed,
Yeah.
And like the actual hotel that he based the Shining hotel.
Was it the Dead Meat channel?
No, it's God dang it. I'm about to look at my subscriptions. I can't remember.
There is a great channel.
But sorry, go ahead.
Malfunk Sean. He does Horror's Hallowed Grounds, where they go to all the sets of all these horror movies, and sometimes we'll have some of the stars show up. Yeah, he does little skits in between, but there were some great ones for Halloween and The Howling. And I think they did Fast Time at Ridgemont High, too, for like weird and Days Confused. But he does a lot of sets.
The Grim Life Collective.
Oh.
It's a good channel. They've done a lot of good shit. And they're kind of an odd couple, but they film like the hotel room, I guess, and just a bunch of other locations. It's actually, so it's 2 months. So they spent the night at the Real Overlook Hotel, and it's 4K. And yeah, they're just really good at, it's about a half hour, but I think you'd enjoy it. It's really interesting. Some of the stuff they show and visit, and they do obviously screen comparisons and stuff to the shots in the movie, but yeah, it's a Grim Life Collective. They're very interesting. So I'm
gonna ask
for
Jen,
Shelley. Yeah, no shit.
I'm gonna ask Jen since she's
did an interview with Shelley about 6 months ago, I think.
I asked Jen to be on tonight if she wanted to, but
oh hell yeah,
Jen, recommend a horror movie for the people to see for the season.
Guaranteed I haven't seen it, and guaranteed
because she had seen Talk to Me, and
she
had seen Talk to Me and loved it.
Yeah, hell yeah. I figured she would. That's, if it doesn't matter what kind of horror fan you are, if you like that kind of supernatural psychological stuff, you're gonna like that for sure.
Weirdly, it had a little bit of the Frighteners vibe to it, which is fucking weird.
So
I haven't watched the Frighteners in a long time.
I had said something to someone, and it obviously wasn't you because I would have remembered it, but it reminded me of something, and now I can't remember, of course, probably because of the Scotch.
Definitely not the others.
No, although there's a couple parts where there's some other vibes, but I remember thinking when it first started, and after that, the first party, not quite the second one yet, I was like, dude, I love the fact that we have all these movies about kids fucking around with spirits, and then they find out. It's like, you don't fuck around with spirits. It's like, fuck. Candyman. The original or the remake? I haven't seen the remake, and
I think she's an original fan.
It's probably been 24 years or 23 years since.
I mean, Tony Todd is so creepy in his voice.
Tony Todd,
that tone to it.
God, I love that guy. So last night I was thinking, I made a list of 12 must-watch horror films for the month of October for me, like in my opinion. And I know I'm gonna get dogged on this. I don't give a shit, but I love the 1990 remake by Tom Savini of the,
Night of the Living Dead's good. It's good
with Tony Todd. Like, yeah. I just love that. I actually saw that one before George Romero's. I mean, that's blasphemy, but I actually saw that before George Romero's original one. Scared the shit out of me, dude.
One of the last times we talked to Jen and I talked to Rodney Barnes. We talked about how sad really the original Night of the Living Dead is, with Dwayne Jones getting killed. and the weird kind of way horror handles African American characters. There is a movie that came out that I want to see, The Blackening, where all the people in the movie are black. They're like, well, they can't kill all of us at the beginning.
I think I remember seeing a teaser for that.
I saw that trailer and I just started laughing.
So you know what? I might actually want to see that. That's pretty funny.
There is a Christmas horror movie coming out called Silent Knife.
Okay. Wait, no, I'm thinking. Did you see the preview for the Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Horror movie?
Yes, the one that was from Grindhouse.
I'm kind of on the fence. So when I saw the Green Band trailer before, I think it was Talk to Me, I was like, I don't know, it looks pretty dumb. But they had a Red Band before Exorcist Believer, and I'm like, yep, I might be into this.
So this looks decent. By Eli Roth, but when it was one of the fake trailers in Grindhouse.
Oh, really? And dude, I love the fact that the dude's in like a pilgrim outfit.
Oh yeah,
fucking love it.
I laughed so hard when I originally saw that trailer. Like I never stopped laughing.
Me too.
Especially with the pilgrim fucking the turkey that was in. If you look up the Grindhouse trailer,
the Grindhouse one. Oh, okay.
It's like 100 times worse.
I'm gonna look that up. Let's just see Mandy. Mandy, I love Mandy.
Oh, Mandy's.
That's the Nick Cage one, right?
Yes. It's part of the Nick Cage-a-sance that came out because Mandy and Color Out of Space.
Sorry to hear that, Jen. It's on streaming though, isn't
it? Yes, Mandy.
It's gotta be. I mean, I probably should buy that on physical media, but
it's cheap. Usually, you can get them for like
but
$5.
Speaking of that, I'm gonna buy the two Terrifiers for sure. I never thought I would be in because the second one especially is pretty fucking gory, and I'm not really into that. But at the same time, the way they do it is so just like magical and carnival-y. It's weird.
There is a
I get okay. So she has seen it then.
There is a French
that
4K,
would be cool.
There's a French 4K steelbook that's got 1 and 2 in it.
Really?
Yeah, and they're 4K, so they're universal. They're all region.
4K.
Yeah.
I didn't think they had Terrifier in 4K. Oh, so it just must be not in the States then. Just foreign. It's just Blu-ray, right? What? Okay, I gotta order this right away now.
4K.
God damn it. Is it just the second one?
Yeah.
Oh.
But there's 1 for 1 and 2 as a 4K steelbook.
So I'll probably just do that then. Or you know what? I might just wait till all 3 and then just get all 3.
But I need Jen to kind of watch Terrifier because I think she'd fall in love with Sienna.
Yes. Fucking A. You're dead on. She would, for sure. Absolutely. I mean, the only way I can see either anybody not falling in love with Sienna is if they're only into dudes. That's like really the only way I can see that. That's the only way.
So there is a movie I'd recommend for you to see by Wes Craven that's not one of his popular ones. And it's got Bill Pullman in it. It's called The Serpent and the Rainbow, and it's about Haitian voodoo.
Fuck. I don't even think I know about that one.
It's so good. On Shudder, or you can watch on AMC Plus, there's a Cursed Films episode about it.
There was a Wes Craven one that was really old that I hadn't seen that I watched last year, and I was like, damn, why hadn't I watched this? It's really good.
Bye, Jen.
Bye, Jen. But yeah, I've never heard of that one.
It's so good, but the Cursed Film series I recommend watching because there's some weird shit.
Scully loves you, Jen.
The Wizard of Oz episode of it was nuts.
Wizard of Oz. Oh my God.
Of all the crazy shit that happened, the Crow episode was good.
Speaking of kind of creepy movies, I always loved, and I actually own it. What the hell is that called? Return to Oz.
Oh,
it's creepy as shit. I love it.
I was gonna make a trailer
It's kind
for
of
Halloween.
Halloweeny with like Jack the Pumpkinhead and shit. I mean, and the Wheelers and the
Yeah,
headless freaking or the women that mannequin heads or whatever the hell in the case is. And
I was thinking about making a trailer for Halloween Horror Movie Month, and that thing from The Crow popped up in my head with I forget who the actor is. What are we gonna do? Fire it up! Fire it up! You have the biggest fire Detroit's ever seen. The guy has that really deep voice that's like raspy that
I know what you're
he
talking
was
about.
in Alien 4 Resurrection.
I'm gonna drop a bomb that I'm probably gonna get made fun of for. I've never seen The Crow.
Oh, yeah. The first one's fine. The second one's weird. And it gets worse.
Were you on board with Jason Momoa possibly redoing that?
I was kind of indifferent, but I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'd probably end up watching it either way.
Yeah. I will say, though, I love you, Jason, but I'm not going to Aquaman 2 in theaters.
Now, him being in Lobo, if he was Lobo, would have been interesting.
That'd be sick.
And there's still a chance that happens.
I mean, we don't know yet. James Gunn is new DCU.
Because James Gunn kind of hinted that he wants Lobo in this new universe.
Honestly, I think that would be a great addition to DCU, kind of.
Especially for a guy who made fucking Peacemaker.
Yeah.
What a fucking show.
I gotta say, a verdict's still out on me buying into his new version yet, but we'll see what happens. I did see some behind the scenes on Joker 2, and I think I'm back in on that.
I kind of liked
Blue
Beetle.
Kind of know
Blue Beetle was not bad.
Dude, I dug Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
So you did go see it then?
I did.
Or did you watch it streaming or
I went and saw it.
Yeah, dude, I enjoyed it, man. Like, I mean,
no, it was a fun movie.
So
like, I didn't hate George Lopez.
Right.
And then supposedly Jason Sudeikis is Ted Cord. Makes a little sense. If I were gonna have an original
spoiler alert, we hear his voice at the end, and yes, I knew I recognized the voice.
Yeah,
but I didn't realize that was him.
Yeah,
shit.
Which I started going, well, fuck him playing Ted Cord. If we got Booster Gold in there, shit. Which I always pictured Booster Gold being played by Owen Wilson.
I'm not gonna dog on that. That's pretty good casting right there. Although I think they want to go skew a little younger, but
yeah, probably at this point. I know, totally not horror talk.
Yeah, I like Blue Beetle a lot. It had a lot of shades of Iron Man, but I still loved it.
I'm still waiting for Universal Monsters to make a comeback and like legitimately good. We haven't had a good Mummy movie since Brendan Fraser.
I will say the thing I've been thinking about lately, a lot of the quote unquote big franchise movies that I've really loved have been either and or written, directed, edited, whatever by one dude, or pretty much most of it by one dude, and those have been the great ones. Like Talk to Me, like Saw 10, that guy edited all the Saws, I think, except for like one, and then he wrote most of them too. So like, yeah, I think if they find a good kind of like a James Wan type or something like that, I think they can, horror can definitely get better.
It's funny you talk about editing because
I used to not think that made a huge difference.
There was a hot take about Star Wars I was watching on Red Letter Media, and they said had they not had a brilliant editor, that movie would not have worked. The original
three Star Wars?
Yeah, the original Star Wars. Because they said that thing was
such a...
Yeah, they said it was such a fucking mess making it. Had it not been for brilliant editing, that movie would have just been a wreck.
Who was the editor on that, anyway?
God, there were so many people on that movie, but I
kind of believe that, though, because we've seen, and, I love you, George, but if has total control of everything, it's not quite as coherent as if
we've kind of seen that.
Someone else is kind of doing a little bit of help there.
6 editors.
6 for just the first one?
Yep.
Holy shit.
The rough cut was by John Jimson, Marshall Lucas, Paul Hirsch, T.M. Christopher did the 1997. We're not going to count that one. And then Richard Chew.
So basically the first one, the original cut is the one everybody loves, right?
Yes.
Which you can only get on VHS. Although now I heard that it was either like a European Blu-ray or something has it as like a option as like the second version on their Blu-ray.
And I'm sure it's fucking expensive as fuck.
Oh, fuck, dude. I'm sure it's ridiculous.
4 editors for Empire Strikes Back. George Lucas and Marshall Lucas, uncredited. Paul Hirsch and T.M. Christopher. T.M. Christopher did 97. Damn. And I knew that Lucas was very involved because of the effects and how he wanted them. And I started thinking, I was like, all right, like there are some interesting edits in it because of the effects. And I was like, is that why it just works? And John and I kind of talked about, we did a blank check film talk movie thing and talk about directors that got,
I think I did watch that. I watched
Unbridled Power, and George Lucas pretty much by Return of the Jedi, like kind of showed us what was to come. But I also had to say, like, Christopher Nolan's somebody I think has a blank check, and I really can't think of a bad movie he's put out.
If I had the money, I'd give him a blank check to make the movie I want. So,
if that
would, says anything,
I would love to see him do a horror movie.
Oh, dude, people keep trending that on Twitter every now and then. I'm like, I'm into that. I'll definitely retweet that.
Honestly, like if he did like a weird fucking,
he could fucking mind
serial killer,
people.
which I mean, Insomnia kind of.
Nah, I did rewatch. I think.
Yeah, you told me you rewatched
it. Chat discussion in our group chat with Bearded and Ryan. Shit, I think I did go back and watch Insomnia and I posted about it on Instagram, but it's not as bad as I remember. I don't know why I didn't like it so much the first time.
Because it was so different from the other.
It's definitely not my favorite Nolan movie, but I see a lot more in it now than what I saw at the time. I think maybe at the time I might have thought it was slow because I was kind of into a lot of action back then. But
because I mean, I forgot Fincher did Benjamin Button.
I still haven't seen that either. I saw someone dogging the shit out of that the other day, though. I wonder if it might have been The Critical Drinker. I don't know. Might be. But I don't always agree with him, but he is damn sure entertaining on a lot of shit.
I remember the Drunk Hulk film critic that used to be on Twitter.
I don't think. What?
Oh, my stupid iPad for some reason turned on.
Scully, you just want attention, don't you? You gotta sit right in front of the fucking computer screen.
But it's all good. See, like Nolan doing like a weird, creepy supernatural movie.
That would be sick.
I think it would be interesting. Although a serial killer movie would.
So, speaking of supernatural movies, and one this is like a backup if you're not interested in Sleep Tight. I need to go back and revisit it because I haven't seen it since it came out. But I remember I did kind of like it in the theater at the time. But I will caveat that I was super into ghost hunting. And like I had all the equipment. I still have most of the equipment actually. But White Noise.
This isn't going to come back to haunt you at all.
White Noise. Michael Keaton. I actually kind of dug that the first time I saw that. But now I don't know. It's probably doesn't hold up, but I remember at the time like, ooh, it's not bad.
So like my dream movie right now would be Fincher doing Devil in the White City.
Dude, that book is amazing.
Yeah,
and then I've watched like every documentary on that fucking guy.
And him doing his style of filmmaking with it.
I'm actually because wasn't Scorsese supposed to do that with
It
Leonardo, and it fell apart.
It fell apart 3 times.
But I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I love Scorsese. He's one of the best. But I would rather see Fincher do that than Scorsese.
That's in his fucking wheelhouse.
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
I am interested in seeing that new Scorsese movie, The Killers on the Flower Moon.
Come to Iowa so we can go together. No one else here wants to go see it. So I'm like, damn it. I'll probably just go by myself again.
Well, I started looking at who's in. I was like, well, it's got fucking De Niro. Like, start looking at all the actors in. I was like, I know it's going to be a long movie.
I wasn't sure on the original trailer. It was kind of like a half teaser. And then I saw like a full trailer before Exorcist. And I don't know if it was Red Band, but it was definitely different than the one that I saw before Talk to Me. And I was like, you know what? God dang, I need to go see that. So
yeah, the second trailer for me, I was like, all right, like I gotta go see this, and I might have to go to the theater to go see it. So
yeah, I think it would be a good one to see in the theater.
When does it come out? Or is it out now?
I think it's out right now. This week, I think it came out. I'm not mistaken.
Because maybe not. If it's Thanksgiving time, then I'm gonna go see it on Thanksgiving because I got no fucking family.
Ooh, if it is Thanksgiving, shit, I'll go too.
I
thought it was this month.
Creator is out. Equalizer.
Have you seen that?
No.
Equalizer 3 was actually not bad. I liked it better than the second one.
Poltergeist.
Are you into Equalizer at all?
Oh, I love the first one.
The first one was fantastic. Second one
was October 19th.
19th, so 2 weeks.
Is Killers of the Flower Moon. Okay.
So I'll probably go see that by myself.
The Shining's playing as a throwback theater showing for $5.99.
Oh, I need to watch that again. And I'm not gonna lie, Dr. Sleep, I love too.
So I think I was the one who told you the extended director's cut was the way to watch it.
Yes, that's how I first saw it. And then I think the 4K has both versions. The only one I've watched is the extended director's cut. So
yeah, because it had the Blu-ray. So this is my problem with buying 4K stuff, especially if you're buying foreign versions. Great, the UHD works on all formats, but the Blu-ray that comes with that usually always has all the extras. It's not.
So that reminds me, though, the movie that I bought from Europe because for some reason was not on Blu-ray in the United States, Triangle. Which I gotta figure out which, because there's like a whole bunch of movies named Triangle, but it's one that hold up a sec. I was surprised how much I liked it, and it just kept sticking in my head. But I bought the 4K, and it came out in 2009. I didn't watch it till I think it was either last year or the year before, maybe.
Ugh.
But it's got Melissa George in it.
Oh.
Liam Hemsworth. And yeah, but the subtext and the deeper stuff behind the actual horror of the film are what just started sticking in my head. Yeah, like the first audience review on Google is like absolute masterpiece that truly blew my mind.
It's free on Prime Video.
It really just blew my mind too.
It's free on Prime Video right now.
I think I watched it for free on Tubi, I want to say. Or maybe it was Pluto. I don't know. It's on those too. It's on Peacock as well. But back then, I think it was only on Pluto or Tubi. And it didn't have a US version of the Blu-ray or 4K. It was only DVD. But man, that's one I had to buy. I had to buy it.
That's Martyrs. Martyrs is a very fucking hard disc to come across.
I need to buy that too, and I don't think I've seen it yet. On no, definitely not on 4K, but you said it's on Blu-ray though. And
you also have to worry because there was a remake that was fucking horrible.
Oh yeah, I gotta make sure I don't get that.
So you have to check the dates on them.
But Triangle, I guess okay. So Cowboy Bebop was my first test on my Blu-ray player because some of the Blu-ray players that I have, and I think I mentioned this a year ago on our show. Some of the Blu-ray players, the model I have, the 4K, they are region free, but some of them are region restricted because it's a Best Buy 4K Blu-ray player. Mine is luckily region free because I tried Cowboy Bebop I bought it from like England or something. Works, and then I got Triangle from overseas. Works. So yeah, I'm happy about that because there's a lot of shit people don't realize that aren't into physical media. And I just watched a show about that. I think it was like Jeff Films at Home was talking about this. But there's a lot of stuff that is not on streaming and that you can't find anywhere on DVD or Blu-ray around here that you can get in the UK and Europe and stuff. So
yeah, so like the DVD for Martyrs goes for $74.
Jesus.
So it's a ghost.
It's like the moratorium Disney films that I want to get that are like an $80.
Anyway. Oh, like there are some of those Disney movies that are fucking crazy.
So like was it oh man. It's kind of a creepy. It's got that guy in it from Tomorrow Never Dies.
Oh,
Something Wicked This Way Comes.
Yeah.
That movie scared the shit out of me as a kid, but I loved it, and I've been wanting to get it on Blu-ray, at least Blu-ray, and I haven't seen it anywhere. I've seen some DVDs and VHS, but they're all outrageously priced.
Oh, I know why Martyrs is hard to get now.
Why is that?
Because it was put out by the Weinsteins, and all their shit's in limbo.
Oh shit. I have been noticing when I've been going through my movies and rewatching some stuff, it says Weinstein Productions before, and I kind of wince every time. I'm like, probably can't get this now, but
yeah, I know I had trouble getting some of the Tarantino stuff for a while.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That all went, and also a lot of the Jay and Silent Bob stuff.
He's been doing some stuff on 4K recently, which I'm excited about. Hopefully, all of his shit will be on 4K soon.
Which one's the Kevin
Doesn't
Smith
matter. Tarantino. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the ones I don't care about.
That's what I was gonna say, but I didn't. Right now it's the ones I don't care about.
Hateful Eight is one I don't ever want to see again.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that.
Django was
Django, I'm not. Everybody fucking raves about that movie.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood I watched it once. I'm good.
I saw it in theaters.
Kill Bill, I think both of those came out in 4K.
I only saw the first one. I never saw the second one.
So part one, I really liked.
Part two is meh.
Part two is when he got his control back again and just bloated the fuck out of it.
Nice.
I know this is totally off topic, but I think Jackie Brown is his most underrated movie.
I agree with you on that. I think we've talked about that. Reservoir Dogs, I think, just came out in 4K recently.
Yes, but I don't think it's US. Edition.
No, of course not.
Pulp Fiction.
It might have been Criterion, like UK or something.
It might have been. So there is a movie that he helped produce that I love. That is, it's got Eric Roberts, Eric Stoltz in it. Shit.
I think I know what you're talking about, actually.
The French girl who was an American werewolf in Paris. It's Killing
Zoe?
Yes. Fucking love that movie.
I'm gonna have a third glass. I don't care.
There's also footage out there of Eric Stoltz in Back to the Future.
Yes.
That is out there. It's so fucking
seen
weird.
That. It is weird. It is weird as fuck. I noticed after Jen left, there's like no one in our chat anymore.
No. I mean, there's two people.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, according to what it shows me.
Is that me and you?
I don't stay in our. It doesn't show us as the part of the show.
I show up. I open up a YouTube chat separate from the StreamYard, so that I might be one of them. So JoJo might be the
we overstayed our welcome.
Had it open. We're still under fucking an hour and 40 minutes. We're still good.
Yeah, Killing
Usually
Zoe,
go up to 3
1993.
And oddly enough, I don't think I've seen that full movie, but I did know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was one of those ones that
Oh, Dawn's here. Okay. Hardcore Henry and the Collector's Tickets.
Oh god, hardcore
What the fuck
Henry.
is I don't know. I don't know.
That was a weird,
deep
like,
for me.
it's
Deep
based
cut.
on a game, and it was like an FPS footage to it.
Oh, okay.
It was when everybody was doing game movies.
Deep cut for me.
Did not love
do you have
it.
candles in your pumpkins back there, or are those lights?
They're little LED
lights. Okay. I need to do that, dude. I want to get into the Halloween theme this year.
Yeah, these one's from Halloween 1 and the other one's from Halloween 6.
Nice. So I always like, what was 4 the curse, or what was it?
4,
the return of
the curse of Michael Myers. 4 is the return. 5 was the revenge.
Was 4 the return of Donald Pleasance?
Yes.
Oh fuck! I don't know why, dude. I just love that one.
That's when he just started going fucking crazy.
He just goes ham on it, dude. I love it.
And he's got that weird. He exploded, but he's got just the boil on his face.
Right? Yeah, I love it, man. Fucking Donald Pleasance, R.I.P.
He was 6 years old when I first met him.
He has like scars all up on the right side
of the hand, and yeah. I know. Like this is gonna be cheesy. This girl I was dating, and I sent her a video message as Loomis.
Excellent.
It was fucking horrible. I cringe now. Like I for some reason saved it.
Oh, can you forward that, please? I won't share it. I will not share it. I just, for my own viewing pleasure, I just want to see it.
Oh,
God,
it's so fucking
fantastic.
Cringy. I think I sent it to Jen once, and she's like,
"Oh
oof.
Man, oof, perfect."
Because I was like, Michael, what are you doing?
Oh shit.
Oh boy.
What's your time frame tonight? I still got some stuff I want to talk about, but I want to make sure I keep it under your time frame.
15 minutes.
All right.
That's 2 hours. I feel like that's solid.
I mean, we went like 2:45 last time, but whatever.
Well, I've also been sick all day.
I
Not to lie, my tongue's killing me.
I sold 6 boxes of comics for $600.
Oh.
And that's like a fourth of my collection? And those were mostly newer shit that I had bought recently.
Was it just like you get what you get?
No, I gave him the list. I told him how much they're worth, and I said, "Hey, I want this percentage." And it was about $5,000 worth of comics. I said, $600, $100 a box, and he's like, "Done." I'm like, "Sweet," because they're just sitting in my closet. So excellent.
A friend of ours might be coming down to go to my holiday party with me.
Nice.
It should be humorous.
Do tell.
It's Tessa. I was like, "Hey, do you feel like coming to my Christmas party and being petty?" She's like, "Your ex."
She's on the East Coast. That's right.
Yeah, I was like, she's like, "Your ex gonna be there?" I was like, "Yeah." And she goes, "I've flown out for less." So
she's not really into horror movies.
She'll keep me out of trouble. She's also been like in the hospital in and out lately. So
what?
I don't know why.
Oh, I mean, I don't need to know. I
really don't know why, but she's always like taking pictures of like in a hospital gown.
Weird.
Yeah.
That does. I mean, I do notice I haven't really seen or heard anything from her on social media. So
yeah, every now and again, she had a lot of fun hearing about my tongue getting drilled.
When you put it that way, Dan.
Oh no! Like it was like an Evil Dead movie. Like the shit's like blood squirted at the
squirting everywhere.
No, like hit the dental assistant in the face. Like it was bad. It took 45 minutes to stop the bleeding.
Can you show and tell?
I can't. It's at the So you know where your tongue
underneath?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like right where it meets the
God.
bottom roof.
Damn, dude, there's a lot of juice down there too.
Oh yeah. Man. Oh yeah, because she went to readjust and the doctor didn't say anything that he was getting ready to start again, and he started drilling and.
You didn't feel anything, did you?
Oh fuck yeah! Even with the anesthesia, I felt it.
Oh god!
I didn't realize how much blood came out until I looked at my bib and her getting hit in the face.
Dude, we should make a horror movie about that. The dentist.
People were like, "Well, you should have sued." I was like, "I feel so bad for that girl. Like, she didn't have to get hit in the face with blood."
Did they at least comp you the visit?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh my god!
Let's just say
they should have.
The doctor was being funny about it when I came back in Thursday about my tongue. He goes, "Well, you know," I was like, "No, I sounded like fucking Sylvester the cat."
Being funny about it.
Yeah. Like, I literally, could not pronounce S's. Yeah, I couldn't eat anything solid for days. No soda, no spicy, no nothing. I had macaroni and cheese. Mild cheese, no less.
Probably bland macaroni and cheese, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and,
that's fucked up.
Gargling with salt water and then, putting Orajel in constantly.
Man, I remember, dude. I should have sued the fucking dentist that chipped my my molar.
Oof.
Half my molar off. So I had a wisdom tooth coming in, and he was gonna pull it because I waited till the last minute, and I had headaches beyond headaches beyond headaches. This was like
jaw pain
5-6 years ago. And I was like, what the fuck's going on? So I went in to get my tooth looked at, and they're like, yeah, you got a wisdom tooth coming in. Probably get that pulled. And so I was like, oh, okay, cool. And he fucking chipped my molar next to it in half. And I felt something go down my throat, and I mentioned something at the time, and he's like, oh, no, everything's fine. And he smelled like fucking liquor, which was my first red flag. And I said something to my mom. She's like, oh, no, you're probably just overreacting or whatever. I'm like, okay, whatever. And a few months later, I'm back in fucking a different place now, but emergency, because basically he had chipped off half of the back of my molar, and it caused a cavity so bad it was infecting the root or whatever. And they were afraid to pull it because it was so close to the nasal cavity or whatever, yada yada. And man, I should have sued that motherfucker. But needless to say, I found out through a friend of a friend that dentist got fired a year prior, year prior to my surgery after what had happened. And I'm guessing it's because he was probably drinking on the job.
Well,
that sounds like I could make some cash out of that, but I'm not going to go that route. I guess.
My regular dentist is on maternity leave. She's been gone for 4 months, so I've had 3 different alternates.
Of course. Yeah. Love that.
And I was I had who told her to get pregnant talk.
So Don says he only has about 10 DVDs. Think about trading them for comic books? What? But it's my hardcore Henry with collector's ticket. Don't do that, Don. Hang on to that. Honestly, comic books are taking a dive right now. So, as far as just general shit.
To be honest, I feel like movies now, with how few places there are to get them.
Did you see all the shit on YouTube about Target? People bitching about Target? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've been saying that for the last year, remember? It's like, dude, I go to my Target I used to go there about every month, and every time it was smaller. And now there's literally nothing.
My Target has one rack, one side of a rack.
The new releases.
And then that little 4-way spinner thing that's at the front.
We don't even have that.
Whatever the top new movies are, and that's it.
We don't even have that. We just got the new release, and then everything else is
Manga and vinyl.
Vinyl and CDs,
Manga.
8 tracks or whatever.
Oh no, manga took a whole rack.
No fucking Blu-rays, no season sets, no 4K.
So
it's just the new releases.
There's one shelf of seasons of TV, and then there's 3 shelves of budget Blu-rays.
That's way more than I got. I remember we used to have a whole like 8 to 10 racks of shit.
And then the FYE closed by me, so that's gone.
Oh, FYE's been closed here forever, man. Like,
well, the last vestige in the mall closed, and then the Books A Million carries like, whatever top Blu-ray or 4K comes out, and that's it. So literally, there's nowhere near me to buy.
Damn.
Which
I guess Amazon, and there's some Nebraska like.
So the hard to get horror and sci-fi stuff, Diabolic DVD is my go-to site.
Yeah, Diabolic. What happened to Shout? They used to have good shit.
Shout hasn't been putting out stuff as much, but when they do, like, usually it's pretty good shit. This last couple of months though have been like Shaw Brothers kung fu movies.
Yeah, I've been looking recently, so I've been noticing it's not as great as what it used to be.
Criterion's had some good ones recently, and then a lot of just re-releases of.
I'm excited for the others 4K Criterion.
It's next week.
The 25th, I think. Pre-order on Amazon, baby.
Criterion's got Mean Streets coming out by Scorsese. The others, Videodrome, which I'm not buying.
I remember John Schnepp used to love that.
I remember watching it as a kid. I just remember I was like, it's Blondie and James Woods. What more could you want?
Oh, James Woods. His infamous knob.
I mean, well, actually,
him and was it Merle or Burton Merle or Mel?
No,
Milton Berle.
Milton Berle.
Yeah, Milton Berle.
Him
and James Woods are famous Hollywood knobs.
Well, supposedly, the story was that Tom Jones and him got into a measuring contest, and Milton Berle took out just enough to win.
Jesus Christ.
And then famously, Tom
Jones is pretty well known too.
And supposedly, what's his name? From Taken, Liam Neeson.
Oh, yeah, one of his former ex-girlfriends. I saw this on Twitter.
It's on the Stern show saying that
even Stern too. It was like what was it? Something water bottle,
like an Evian water bottle.
Evian water, yes, Evian water bottle, like the large one. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Because I remember they're like, well, that's why he's got that impressive voice.
Pretty impressive.
And then Kevin Smith on the Hollywood Babylon, they did the what's thicker than Liam Neeson's cock.
Jesus. Oh, Kevin.
Yeah.
Didn't he have a comic come out recently or something?
Not that I'm aware of, but I'm kind of.
Thought I saw him talking about it, but
he maybe did. I'm still waiting for that last Batman story after Cacophony, and
I remember I didn't mind his Flash episodes on CW.
No, they were pretty
decent. And then I think he did 1 or 2 Arrow ones too.
He needs to just stop about crying everything he watches.
Yeah, I will say I wasn't a fan of his He-Man or whatever the hell that was. The first version that I watched.
But if you want to watch an urban horror movie that's linked to reality, watch Red State by Kevin Smith.
Red State.
Basically, it's a horror movie based around the Westboro Baptist Church.
Oh, God. I'm not sure I want to watch that.
It was good. It was shockingly good.
That's what I'm afraid of.
I think it's probably the best Kevin Smith movie because it's so outside, and John Goodman's in it.
Really?
Yes. And John Goodman's fucking awesome in that movie.
He is awesome. He was in that Cloverfield.
10 Cloverfield Lane.
10 Cloverfield Lane. And you know what? He fucking killed it in that.
He is so frightening in that.
He killed it in that.
He's the unreliable narrator in that, though, because you're like,
yeah,
is he telling the truth or is he crazy?
It's kind of like the Joker a little bit.
A little bit, but oh my god, and Mary Elizabeth Winstead's in it, and
yeah, dude, I love Cloverfield, man. I need to watch that 4K. I still haven't watched it since I bought it like years ago.
And also, the guy who directed 10 Cloverfield Lane's the same one who did Prey.
Oh, dude, Prey is fucking fantastic. I really do want the Steelbook, but I really just don't want to buy the Steelbook. I
mean, there's no difference between the Steelbook and the regular version except $10.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy the regular version, and then I'm going to buy an empty Steelbook on eBay and just put it in that.
The Steelbook cover isn't that much better.
I think it's cooler, though, than just the regular.
A little bit. I'm waiting to see if the bear scene against the Predator looks better in 4K or if it's going to fucking really take me out.
So I think that's one thing Jeff at Films at Home did a review on that 4K, and I think everything was pretty much stellar. So
okay, good. I figured the audio was going to get an upmix, so
compared to streaming, of course.
I also had one of the great things. Apparently, all this time with my plan on Verizon, I could have gotten Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus all for free.
For free?
Yeah.
Damn.
As long as my phone plan.
Verizon does have a lot of upcharges, though. I'm not.
So I went and canceled all of the other stuff, and now I got all those for free. So I never had ESPN Plus before, so I just saved $14.
So I signed up for Peacock again just for the Iowa Hawkeye football game today.
I got Peacock and I got Paramount, but I got Peacock. There was a special deal, like $26 for the year.
Oh, damn!
And that was through Verizon's perks.
Anything on Peacock you recommend?
So they get movies a lot. Same with Paramount Plus. Peacock had a particular movie that was popping on soon. Because they get all the Universal ones.
Yeah.
Dude. Saw the final chapter, Chucky season 1 through 3.
Oh, I did see a preview for that.
Fast 10, Twisted Metal, The Continental.
I heard The Continental is not great, but I heard Twisted Metal was actually pretty good.
I did watch the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Oh, I did see that on there.
Yeah, that was not bad. Asteroid City, I didn't watch yet, but it's on there.
And that's what's his face?
Wes Anderson.
Yeah, Wes Anderson.
I'll have to watch the Saw final chapter. I don't remember that one.
Do they have Mask of the Phantasm on there, 4K?
No.
I bet Ryan would have loved that.
Tess got to see it in the movie theaters. At the drive-in, she went.
Dude, someone reposted, I think it was on Instagram.
Tessa said it was okay.
Best Batman movie ever, and I'm just like, I can't disagree with that.
So, did you see the new rumor about the new Batman movie?
Yeah, I saw it going around. I'm gonna be honest, I don't care about Pattinson's Batman, so I'm not really that excited, but I do like Hush.
Here's the thing, though. If you're gonna have Clayface and Hush, they're already falling into a mistake.
What's that?
Too many villains.
I don't know. I mean, Batman Returns had Penguin and Catwoman.
Too many villains.
Really? Because I fucking loved it.
I feel like you got to keep it pretty singular, unless Clayface is going to be the early villain that gets taken care of pretty early, depending if it's non-superpowered.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of think the first The Batman had too many villains. That's my take on that. The Joker setup.
So the Penguin was kind of barely in it, but the Riddler, I felt the whole
Penguin,
way was the villain.
Catwoman. I mean, she's kind of more of an anti-villain.
Yeah.
But, I mean, still though, it's like the first one had.
But
there's four right there.
I will say that movie starts like a fucking horror movie.
I did like the Fincher like start to that movie for sure.
It was very was very Zodiac 7.
What if Kristen Stewart becomes Barbara Gordon?
She's not a redhead.
I'm not gonna lie, I think Dawn, that would be kind of boring because she's not very. She's all right. She's kind of boring actress though, right?
I mean,
is that a wrong take?
So she's also too old at this. Well,
yeah,
no, she's not that old.
Well,
but Barbara Gordon's supposed to be younger.
I thought in the comics she was like in her 30s.
So her and Dick are about the same age, so not Batman's age. So you'd have to have a plucky young redhead.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I don't know.
Which, had it been years ago, it probably would have been Amy Adams.
I don't know about that one, Dawn. That's a good question. But I mean, it would make sense, because Twinkle Light, her and Robert Pattinson, be great. A great rematch.
There was something about there being an extension to the Tenet universe, and I don't know. It was like a weird random post I saw.
I saw the same post, or maybe you sent it to me.
Because I remember going, I don't know, because all of this could be connected anyway.
But I'm still going to go back to Tenet is one of the most underrated Nolan films. And 30 years from now, they'll be talking about that one over a lot of other ones. That's just my opinion.
I mean, I think Dunkirk's the most overlooked.
Yeah, I got into a Twitter spat with John Rocco over Dunkirk because he called it boring and something else. And I said, really? It's like, maybe you need to go back and rewatch that. And he responded and he's like, oh, I don't know. Maybe I do.
Yeah, the intensity of it, honestly. Like,
I thought,
the first time I watched it, I'll admit, because I didn't know what I was expecting, and then watching it the second time, and we talked about it on the episode.
Yeah. Did you see it in IMAX too?
Yes.
Yeah, dude, in IMAX.
The acting with the eyes, because honestly, you never would have known Tom Hardy was in that fucking movie.
No, yeah, just his eyes alone, man.
And Barry Keoghan.
And Cillian Murphy, a total different role from what he usually
Barry Keoghan was awesome, which is another guy, I think he'd be great as a serial killer in a movie.
Well, I mean, he's Joker, so.
No, well, Cillian Murphy already did in Red Eye.
Dude, that's an underrated movie, too.
Oh, yeah.
I need to get that on 4K.
I got that 4K.
I need to get that. I've been eyeing it. It's on my watch list.
That's one of those movies that I think people slept on.
It's expensive right now, though.
Because it was like, oh, it's Rachel McAdams and that dude from 28 Days Later.
Yeah. It must have been like a limited edition because it's expensive right now.
Unless it went out of print real fast because that came out.
I mean, that could be too. Yeah, that could be too.
Yeah, so if anybody hasn't seen Red Eye, if it's on streaming, fucking check it out. Like,
again, I hadn't seen it until this guy recommended it, and it was totally worth it.
It's a creepy ass movie, and Cillian Murphy.
I don't know, but definitely overall, it's
Cillian Murphy's such a good actor, where he plays this charming, kind of great guy to have on a flight with you. I'm gonna fucking murder your dad if you don't do this.
Exactly.
And that's when they had him as Scarecrow. I was like, yes, I've seen it. Like, I know you have that switch.
He does, for sure.
Have you seen my mask? What? Scarecrow. Oh, God. Yeah, so Red Eye, like, that's a movie to watch. Like, honestly, like, 28 Days Later, too, if you have not seen those first two by Danny Boyle. Very good. All shot on Sony Handycams, so you'll never see a 4K version of it because they can't upscale it.
That's crazy.
Yep.
So I know I brought this up earlier, but we're kind of sort of past your time, and I just want to get it out there before we run out of time. I did my 12 days of Halloween, like 12 days of Christmas, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, I had 12 movies that for me, I have to watch every year of October. And no particular order here. I just kind of randomly threw them on here. So the remake of The Crazies with Timothy Olyphant, love it. Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, The Shining, Scream, Phantasm, Saw, Night of the Living Dead, 1990, Train to Busan, The Mothman Prophecies, 30 Days of Night, and It Follows. For me, those are like must watches for Halloween month. I know you hate It Follows. You know, I think it was either Heather or maybe it was Nikki, the other girl that I went to saw X with, but she said that she was going to rewatch that because of how much I loved it, and she actually liked it better the second time, I think.
A 4K just came out of it, a steelbook.
Most of my horror collection is all Blu-ray, except for Quiet Place.
I think it was by Arrow, but it had like an alternate art steelbook for it.
Damn it! See, that's why I shouldn't have bought the Blu-rays. Double dip.
So Phantasm, I like Phantasm 2 more than Phantasm 1.
Oh, I can get down with that, dude. The first one I have a special place for, but the second one is better.
Reggie's such a scumbag in the second one.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Boy.
Oh, Reggie.
If you haven't seen Phantasm, like if you check the streaming services, classic. you'll come across one or two of them.
The ball, man. You know there was a plans for a 6th one, and then Angus Scrimm died, and then they kind of scrapped it. But
of course, Evil Dead. Evil Dead 2 usually ends up every year on my watch list.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of those. I need to watch those.
Most of them are on streaming right now.
But anything but Netflix or okay.
Hold on.
There's Prime or that might be all I have right now. Actually, Prime.
Well, except for Pluto and
Pluto and Tubi, I guess.
Which, listen, guys, if you're looking
Tubi, dude, for horror,
find horror out there, Tubi and Pluto have shit on there that should not be.
Yeah, this guy right here, grateful that he recommended Tubi because so much shit that you could not get anywhere else besides on there.
The original is on AMC Plus. Part 2 is on Freevee and Pluto.
Do I have to watch the first one to watch the second one?
So here's the funny thing. The second one basically remakes the first one.
What?
Yes.
I know Perry's huge on Evil Dead.
They had problems with the rights. So basically, Sam wasn't happy with the first one.
So he kind of redid it a little bit. He
remade the second one, and it hits like Three Stooges moments in it. So there's a little bit more comedy in it, and this is where we get Ash, how he is today.
You know what? I have all day tomorrow. I might just check one of those out.
Army of Darkness is on AMC Plus and Prime Video.
It's a Prime. Dead. Okay, I'll check that out on Prime.
And then I think Ash versus the Evil Dead, which it's hysterical in many, many different ways.
Yeah, I know Perry loves that one.
Evil Dead 2 2013 is on Hulu and AMC Plus and Prime Video, renting for $2.79. Okay. Evil Dead 2013 is a fascinating series. And
it's like TV?
Huh?
It's TV?
No, it's a remake of... And then Ash versus the Evil Dead is streaming on Starz and Hulu. And that's a TV series. But I'm sure if you look around the net enough, you'll find streams of it.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
And then Evil Dead Rise, I have a lot of opinions on. That has nothing to do with any of the other Evil Deads.
Oh, what are your opinions on that, Dan? Let's do tell.
I thought it was horribly flawed.
Like in a bad way or a good way?
So have you ever seen a movie where the trailer fucking knocks it out of the park, and then when you see the movie, you just start going, I don't know.
Yes, I can think of at least 3 movies like that.
So this movie, the trailers knocked it out of the park, and then when I got in there, like, there was something about the movie that just rubbed me wrong, and I can't express it, just that something about it just didn't vibe with me. And then there's so much like liquid clear vomit in it. There's a lot of vomit in it. It became like a...
Oh, this is the one you're talking about earlier? Is that what?
The Evil Dead Rise, yeah. So it's like more of a family drama in it, but it lacks the humor and the soul of what the other ones were. Even though Evil Dead 2013 was fucking gruesome, there was something weirdly attracting to me. This one just went for body horror, and
oh, okay.
I don't know. There just something didn't hit for me, and I went with Marcy, who occasionally would pop up in our chat, and her and I watched it, and we had like a long talk on the way home
tonight. What the hell?
Probably at a punk show.
Yeah.
Her and I haven't talked too often lately.
What the fuck?
No reasons, just life happens.
No, I get it.
Yeah, but Evil Dead 2, if you watch it and don't like it, you will never like any of the series, so check out the free one first.
Okay, we'll do.
And there are great documentaries on YouTube about the making of. There's one that's just about the special effects of KMB doing it. It's called The Gore the Merrier.
I think I have actually watched some of that.
So yeah, the documentaries. And that was another thing that pissed everybody off when Evil Dead Rise came out. The 4K and the Blu-ray. There's not one extra. There's no making of. There's nothing.
What?
And this is
not even on the Blu-ray part?
Nothing.
That's kind of lame.
And this is a series that is very open about the making of and having good commentary. Nothing.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, the guy from Bloody Disgusting and I had a long talk on X about it. Like how fucking weird it was.
So on a positive note, I will give 3 honorable mentions for my top 12. The Descent, Frailty, and I'm trying to think what the other one would be. The Ring. Not Ringu, The Ring, like the American version of Ringu.
So The Descent usually ends up on my once-a-year watch.
Dude, yeah, and sometimes it ends up around now. Sometimes it ends up in February for some reason for me. But
sub out The Ring with Dog Soldiers.
Have you mentioned that before? I think you have.
I have. It's a werewolf movie. It's the first movie by this director who ended up directing a shitload of episodes of Game of Thrones.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah, we have discussed that before for sure.
But
is that Jen?
No.
Yeah.
It's just such a cool werewolf movie, and it's all these
Jen. That's why
badass British soldiers who end up in this village and they're attacked, and they're basically stuck in this house.
Gotcha. And what was the other one? Third one,
The Descent, and then weirdly, this has gotten into my. I feel like I need to watch once a year because I think about this movie way too much. Psycho Goreman.
Oh, dude. Did you see? Did I tag you in that? There should be a sequel.
Yes.
On X, I was like, there should be they were like, they should be a sequel to Psycho Goreman. I'm like, fucking A, right? And I tagged you in it. Like, there should be a sequel to that. It's fucking awesome.
But that is a movie that lives rent free in my head because of how fucking stupid it is. But
Dark Power Rangers, man.
It's
like you said,
it's dumb fun.
Yep,
it really is. But a movie that lives rent free in my head for other reasons. Summer of '84. That ending,
great.
That fucking ending with the cop after killing the kid's friend, Going,
Oh yeah.
you never know when I'm going to come for you. It could be years, it could be days, it could be months.
I'm surprised there's
But
not
you're
a
going to
sequel to that yet.
You're going to be looking over your shoulder. Doesn't need to be a sequel.
No, there doesn't need to be, but I'm surprised that there isn't.
It's like The Thing. I thought that ending was perfect because he literally just ruined that kid's life.
Still haven't seen The Thing.
Because the rest of his life.
I need to watch The Thing.
The rest of his life.
Okay.
Evil Dead.
Thing, Evil Dead 2. Evil Dead 2.
Yes. The rest of his life, that kid's going to be looking over his shoulder thinking that fucking scumbag cop. And that cop was creepy as fuck when he made his turn.
Oh, fuck yeah. That was the guy. He was in Mad Men, I think, wasn't he?
Oh. I remember calling him Bobo John Hamm.
Yeah. He was like fat John Hamm kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a good actor, though. I like him.
The Thing is on Prime Video and AMC Plus.
For free or like $3 or
$3. So AMC Plus is $5 for a month.
Yeah.
So to get all the horror movie month stuff this month, I subscribe only for once a month because you get all the live TV.
Is Walking Dead still on?
Yeah.
Really?
The new series, the Dead City and Daryl Dixon.
Jesus.
But
Sorry.
yeah, and so they have on-demand stuff, all the Shudder stuff you can get on AMC Plus, and then all the live.
I do need to watch a lot. I have a lot of stuff saved for Shudder. I never get on Prime anymore.
It's worth it for the Cursed Films.
Just never watch any Prime stuff anymore.
The Cursed Films is so good. Although my friend told me on Netflix I have to watch The Films We Love. The people who made the toys that made us, they also did one on films.
Yeah.
I guess they did one on Ghostbusters.
Netflix, last time I remember, they had a lot of horror movies I watched when I used to have that service.
I have not actually tuned into Netflix in months.
I mean, it's been a year plus since I've canceled my subscription.
I think Castlevania is the only thing that's going to make me turn it on.
There's some Possession movie that I watched on there that was fucking amazing.
I think the last thing I watched was with John Boyega and Jamie Foxx. They cloned Tyrone. Where it was like a government conspiracy and they were putting mind control stuff in fried chicken.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, yeah. It was like a blaxploitation.
That sounds racist.
It was very amusing. Like they did it like a comedy.
Gotcha.
Like it's one of those wink and nod, like one of the old like Hollywood Shuffle and stuff like that.
Oh, it's like that one blaxploitation dude, like action hero dude that I watched last time I had Netflix. What the fuck was that called?
Oh, was it Badass or no? Dynamite? Oh, fuck.
Yes, it was something Dynamite.
Yeah, Black Dynamite.
Black Dynamite. That was fucking amazing.
I think that's the one that had Spawn in it. Michael Jai White.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
AKA the guy who got the pencil through his eye and from the Joker. And...
yeah. Which the making of that scene was pretty interesting to watch. If you want to check that out on YouTube, but.
Well, we're at 2 hours and almost 20 minutes.
Oh, we can go 2:30, right? I mean, if you don't want to, I totally I understand.
By the time we wrap up, it's gonna be.
Yeah.
So next week I'm off all weekend, so I don't know what your availability is, but I
must say right now, Saturday night probably good.
Okay. I'm off Saturday and Sunday, and I think I'm off pretty early on Friday, but I'll be watching Never Hike Alone Part 2, free to everybody on YouTube.
Wait, YouTube, like YouTube Premium members?
No, regular. They're releasing it on YouTube.
Oh,
they're releasing it on YouTube.
So that's like worldwide.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. Awesome. So because they wanted to have it out on Friday.
We got to talk about that next time for sure.
Yeah. We also really love, and also if you want to get Prime before that, the Ghost Cut of Never Hike Alone is on there for free for everyone to watch on YouTube. There might be a couple of ads, but whatever. It's fucking hour and a half of a really good Friday the 13th movie. And by like really good, I mean like it's better than what's been released in the past like 10 years.
And by like my standards, I've never seen anything besides Freddy versus Jason. So yeah. I mean, before Never Hike Alone. So
and it's a movie I contributed money to have made.
Nice. Are you going to be in the credits?
Yeah, I've been in the credits for the last 3.
Fuck yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, it's just I bought the Blu-ray ahead of time, so still they put you in the credits. But still, like, it's kind of cool to have your name in the credits. I've also been in the In Search of Darkness 2 and 3.
I almost got into the credits on Perry's funded movie, Child Eater.
Oh,
which that was pretty good. That's pretty decent.
I feel at some point, like after the holidays, we should do The Death of Superman Lives by Schnepp.
We could. I mean, that's a great documentary.
There's a lot of interesting stuff in there, but like maybe right around the anniversary of his passing.
Yeah, which I think was either June or July.
Yeah, but I've been thinking about that movie a lot lately. Maybe it's because of the end of The Flash.
I'm not gonna lie, like I think The Flash gave that documentary a huge boost. And I wish Schnepp was here to see that because holy shit.
Oh, he would have freaked out.
Oh, fuck. Like, that was crazy. I guess Tim Burton hated it. Did you see that on Twitter?
So I guess
apparently he hated it. But at the same time, it's like, dude, I'm not going to lie. That kind of got me a little bit. I kind of liked it.
They said that, like, they got to him after it first released, and he's like, it's just reopening a wound.
Yeah.
I get it because he poured 2 years of his life into that thing, and that became Wild Wild West.
Yeah,
that's a whole other fucking thing.
That's a whole. We got to talk about that next time.
Yeah. Sure. So, looking at the upcoming schedule, we're gonna have Never Hike Alone Part 2, Terrifier 1 and 2 on the horizon because that's going to be a long talk, and maybe we'll get JoJo to join us.
Hey, maybe we'll talk about the trailer or teaser for Terrifier 3.
Well, that'll be November 1st, though.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's going to be after we.
Well, are you saying we're not going to keep doing it after November? What the hell?
Well, no, I'm saying like it won't be there when we do the episode.
Oh, gotcha.
Hopefully, I have watched the.
I need to get
never before watched because. Listen, I opened this and I freaked out because I was like, what do you mean?
Dude, how much was that? Was that on Amazon?
Yeah.
God damn, I need to get that. Send me the link. I need to buy it.
Hold on. I'm trying to get this straight up.
But I think I need to buy Terrifier 1 and 2 first. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'll wait till 3. I don't know.
So it's hard to see on there, but it says extended director's cut. And for anybody curious, William Friedkin is a lunatic. He had a lot to say about working with Pacino.
I like that stuff he sent about him commenting on Believer too. That was
pretty, that
was pretty excellent. Even though I somewhat am sort of like mixed on it, but I definitely agree with where he's coming from.
There is an hour discussion between him and Nicholas Winding Refn.
That was interesting too.
Where?
But I'm not gonna lie, dude. And I told you and JoJo in the message, like, Drive, it's up there, man. That is fucking
John
masterpiece.
Hates that movie. John hates that fucking
movie. John's comics.
Yes,
of course he does.
But Nicholas Winding Refn.
But I don't think he liked Joker either, did he? And I fucking love that movie. And those two are very parallel.
The mental health part of how it was handled in Joker kind of, just because of my own struggles, kind of hit me in a weird place. I remember walking out with Gambit, like, oof.
Which I get, but like, and actually the person I went to see it with, the same situation, but also when we were talking, they're like, yeah, I mean, this is how society treats people with that. So they're like, kind of a mix of, I think they were uncomfortable, but at the same time, they kind of agreed with portrayal of how society deals with people that have issues.
Yeah,
And
but Freakin's basically an asshole, and he's doing this interview.
With that, you need to call a fucking medic. Anybody got a medic around here?
Yeah, because Nicholas Wayne Refn said Only God Forgives was a masterpiece.
Well, I thought he said Drive was...
No, he said Only God Forgives first, and then he went into Drive.
Okay.
But Only God Forgives, that's when he goes, is there a medic? Clearly there's something wrong with this guy.
I'm in agreement with Friedkin on that, but I'm also in agreement with Refn on Drive, because I think Drive is a fucking masterpiece, and I think it is underrated. But I think
Drive has one of the best needle drop.
It's scores. Very divisive. It is very divisive. So I do understand the people that don't understand it, if that makes sense.
I just remember John had a problem with the pacing.
Yeah, I got to go back and rewatch it. I've been wanting to, but I just haven't. But the soundtrack, dude, every fucking Nicholas Winding Refn soundtracks, I always buy. Neon Demon. That's not Neon even Demon like a movie. That was a tough movie, but like that's not even a movie I should really be a fan of or like. But for some reason, I was captivated by it, and I thought about it, and the music and the soundtrack and the score, amazing. And I shouldn't be, but Keanu Reeves was in it. I loved it.
I'm gonna close out this episode by telling anybody, if they want to see a movie that's made horror movie directors sick, Lars von Trier's Antichrist is like, so many directors have come on and saying how much they hated that movie because it made them sick.
Oh, nice, Don.
Buy and enjoy what you like. I have way too many hobbies.
Actually, right now, best time to buy comics for sure.
Yeah, my hobbies all over the place. I just spent $25 on a Shazam cover because I like the Mary Marvel on the cover.
That was fucking beautiful.
Yeah, Nathan Zerdy was the artist.
Wow, man, I was impressed.
I bought a foil cover facsimile of Rom #1 because I love Rom. So, like, honestly, it's the time to buy what you love, and if you're looking for back issues of certain books,
hell yeah,
it's the time.
Yeah, they're dropping too,
so probably look for a Saturday at the same time. I might even see,
dude. So
the 14th.
Maybe we should talk offline about this, but go ahead.
Well, I don't know. We were just talking about the Never Hike Alone. That's what you said Saturday.
So 8 o'clock Central is a little early for me. I think 9 would be a little bit better, but if that's too late for you,
no, that's fine. No, that's fine.
Okay,
we can do that. Maybe I can see
10 Eastern, 9 Central.
Maybe I can see if I can get the guy from Womp Stomp who plays Jason to come on because he's doing interviews.
What? Dude, that would be insane.
They're taking press inquiries. So...
I have so many questions. I mean, if I'm allowed to come on to be part of that.
No, like for the episode. Because Vincent DeSante, he's very open on
social media and shit.
Yeah, he's on X. He's the main director of it, and he plays Jason.
Follow him or not?
If you look at Womp Stomp, it'll have like all the tags.
I'll have to go check that tonight.
But I'm excited for it because I've been waiting 1.5 years that they've been pushing for this, and we have Tom McLaughlin, who played Tommy Jarvis in Part 6, back again. Very excited, and hopefully Tessa and I will be back soon, live talking comics. I have possibly coming up. I made a weird friend on Threads. Philip Candy Johnson, who just recently wrote the Aliens book, wrote The Last God, writing Action Comics. I ended up in a discussion with him and Tessa and asked him to come on the show, and he sent me his email. Nice. So I'm excited about that. Plus, like, the fact the dude got to write Aliens.
Yeah, fuck,
man. Yeah, so, and he actually got me back reading Superman, which is fucking weird.
Wait, what? He did Superman?
He's writing Action Comics. He's been writing it for the past year.
Oh, what?
And it's been good.
Dude, I've been out. So literally, I've been out of buying comics for almost 2 years now.
So I'm buying a lot more trades now.
Yeah, that's kind of how I went at first, and then now this past 8 months, I just bought nothing.
There's
I'm
certain
trying
books
to
I
save
still
more,
buy.
but yeah,
My spending's down quite a bit.
I think I'll probably keep my Deathstroke collection, but other than that, I see the rest of my comic collection going bye-bye just for the fact that money is cool. So
I did not realize Joe Manganiello was Flash Thompson in the original Spider-Man movie.
Remember that?
I never put two and two because it's seeing him without the goatee.
I mean, it's before he kind of like grew into the manly Manganiello, but
yeah, and now he's gray-haired Deathstroke, or he would have been.
Yeah, I'm torn on that one. I mean, I love the ending to Justice League.
I wish Ben Affleck would have just
amazing
dropped the script out online, kind of like how Rob Liefeld didn't drop that teaser trailer.
Well, some of it kind of leaked, but yeah, I know what you mean. I'm the same way. They still might do that though, because I heard James Gunn approached Ben Affleck about writing and directing a Batman film.
So I think
even though Ben doesn't want to be Batman, it's just going to be writing, directing.
They could have done that as a Max series, 6 episodes. I think that would have been more than enough. If it's an Arkham breakout thing, oh,
dude. Have you seen the animated Arkham Asylum? Oh, fucking goddamn, dude.
Yeah, but when the rumors came out that the guy who did oh my god, we did the episodes, the guy who directed the that action movie that was taking place inside that apartment complex.
Oh yeah. Fuck, what was his name? Shit. God damn it. Fuck. I can't remember his name. I'm looking up the. Okay, so Deathstroke Knights and Dragons, the animated movie.
No,
it's fucking amazing. This is off thread, but if they did, holy shit, if they did that kind of Deathstroke, but Arkham Asylum, oh my god, man.
Yeah,
what was that guy's name?
Oh, the Raid 1 and 2. If that director had done it,
what was his name?
I would have been Gareth Emery.
Okay, yeah. Dude, another example right there. I'd never seen those movies if you hadn't basically recommended them to me.
John Schnepp's the one who bought those on my radar. Him and Chris Gore.
He's the reason why I got back into horror because
Chris Gore, if you remember on Attack of the Show where he did the Asian movies.
No, I didn't like Chris Gore until about 2020.
Oh.
So I kind of anything before that, yeah, but I will say, I think about 2010-ish till 2016, 17, I was out of horror, man. So John Schnepp single-handedly brought me back in with it was a Collider horror, I think, or something like that. And him and Perry, and there was some other red-haired chick on there.
Yes, the one with the glasses that
she's okay. I mean, she's a little.
She was alright, but I was just happy they did a horror show.
Yes, so was I. Yeah, and so I was like, God damn it, I need to get back into this shit. So I discovered Suspiria, which was one of the first movies he recommended to me when I was talking. I like
the remake. The remake on Amazon was good.
I never saw the remake, but he was one of the few people that was like a quote unquote celebrity movie talk show person that would actually interact with people on Twitter.
But he also got me Train to Busan. I think was him who got me on that.
Perry got me into that.
It was one of them, or it might have been that even show where they talked about Train to Busan.
And it might have been on that show. But yeah, that show, fuck, man. Collider Heroes and Collider Horror. Yeah. Fucking A.
I was on the Collider Heroes chat where they pulled up some of my tweets.
Yeah, they did one of the last few, I think it was maybe third to fourth last episodes John Schnepp did in Heroes. I got a little excited and I tweeted something about a preview for a Marvel film, and I was like, "Oh my god, could that be blah blah blah?" And he's like, "No, you're an idiot. That's not what it is." I'm like, "Oh." And then I rewatched the trailer in slow mo, and I'm like, "Yeah, that wasn't what I thought it would be." But like in like fast mode and being excited and being a nerd back then, I'm like, "Oh, that could be blah blah blah," and no, it wasn't.
All right, we're at the 2-hour 35 mark. It is time to go. Thank you, everybody, for joining in, all three of you at various times. Make sure to give or share Jen's link that's in the chat.
And like and subscribe to Dan's channel.
Yeah. And JoJo, I did follow you if you're still here. So I did that. Gone. And Heather followed me in Threads. So
although it's only like, what, 7:30 in Vegas. So maybe she's still.
Oh, she in Vegas?
Or 8:30.
Yeah. But done and done. We're now totally following each other. So if you're
been
watching
too long, man, I'm surprised. God damn, she's a huge horror buff.
Huge. If you're watching this later, hit me up about Terrifier. All right, everybody, take care and see you next week. Bye bye.